Hey, what's up guys? My name is Shaq. Thank you so much for checking out this course. Now, as promised, I will be showing you guys everything I know about YouTube, how to get monetized, how to make money from it, and how to scale it. Now, I am by myself on this, so bear with me. I'm gonna try my best to be covering as much as possible, and there's gonna be things I'm gonna be forgetting. So I will be pushing out more content as questions start arising, because I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna get this perfect the first time over. But regardless, stay active in the community. Post any questions you guys have, and if I see a lot of people asking similar questions, I will be creating content around that and pushing it out throughout the course. But nonetheless, let's just jump into the first part of this course. Now, this next part of the video, I just want to touch up briefly on YouTube guidelines because it is super important to understand the rules of YouTube before you start making content, because at the end of the day, you want to get monetized. And I don't want you guys to make a bunch of content, then trying to apply for monetization and getting denied. But I really just want to touch up on repetitious content or reuse content. This is something you guys are going to keep hearing often on YouTube. The reason being, it's somewhat fairly new that YouTube implemented like 4 to 5 years ago, and it completely changed what's allowed on YouTube and what's not. I don't want you guys to be making 10-minute long videos of other people's content without adding your face, your voice, your personality within those videos, because you just won't get monetized. YouTube is really starting to crack down more and more onto this. That is exactly why it is super important to follow it, because there's so many people out there that are making AI generated content, compilations, not really trying to add themselves in the picture anymore, and they're trying to keep themselves out of it to make the job easier. YouTube doesn't want that. And in my opinion, in the next couple of years, YouTube is really going to be cracking down on AI content, and these channels will not be monetized anymore. YouTube really wants to make sure it's monetizing content where the creator is actually involved, not out of the picture completely. It happened to me a long time ago, and I found out the hard way, and I had to delete all of the videos on my channel due to that. But regardless, I'm going to be touching up on this topic a lot throughout the course. Just stay with me, and you guys will be fine. So before we can actually jump in onto the YouTube side of things, we gotta make sure we have the proper things in order to make YouTube videos. And that's exactly why I have a small list of all the hardware and software I use on a daily basis in order to make YouTube videos. Now, everything you guys see here will be linked in the description of this video. That way it's just an easy click, but I'm gonna go through each one, explain why you need it. By the way, all of them are free, except maybe for one, but I'll go over that. So when it comes down to hardware, guys, you don't need much. You just need a basic mic. You can either get an expensive one like this, you can use your phone, you can use any headphone speaker that has a built-in mic. You don't gotta invest so much money from the jump. Just have something that's actually functioning and working. And if you guys don't plan on commentating, you guys want to hire that, don't worry about this part. But when it comes down to at least editing, you'll need a laptop or a computer, or honestly, you can even use your phone for simple edits. I know CapCut is really good. Now, in order to record my voice, guys, I use the software Audacity. You guys are probably familiar with it. If you're not, it's free. And the editing software I use personally is Sony Vegas, and that's what I'm going to show you guys throughout the course. So if you guys do get it, it'll just be easier to follow up through, but you don't need it. Like I said, you can use any software you guys want, and everything I'm going to show you guys, once again, is super simple. You will need something to record your screen. I use OBS. Once again, it's free. And there's also something I like using, which is 4K Downloader. It's a software. You don't need to use this, but it helps me download certain videos from different websites without me screen recording my screen all the time. Now, this other bottom part over here is just to make thumbnails. I do use a lot of software to make my thumbnails. I am not a Photoshop expert, guys. I don't know how to use Photoshop. I use some basic software over here, but this software is an upscaling software. It makes a picture look nicer. And for this other software, I use Faux AI. This is not free. I think it's like 10 bucks a month, but holy crap, it is super professional, and it's how I make majority of my thumbnails now. So if you guys are able to get this, better. They do have a free trial, so don't get it right now. Just finish the course, and then after you guys are done with it, then start the free trial. But anyways, just grab all of the things I have stated on this list. It's super simple. It should take you only like 5-10 minutes, and I'll see you guys in the next part. Now, in this part of the course, I want to touch up on creating your YouTube channel. Now, a lot of people always ask me, why don't I buy a YouTube channel that's already 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours, versus me just starting from scratch? And the reality is, you are better off creating a brand new YouTube channel with a fresh audience than one that's already presently on there that may not be used to the kind of content you're pushing out. You guys would be surprised about how many channels try making content on old channels and wonder why their videos are performing horribly. It's because the present audience on there is destroying the analytics on those videos. For example, let's say you're making videos around Karens and I guess people freaking out in public, but you bought a channel that had to do with shorts or I don't know, religious content. Do you think that audience is going to be watching these Karen videos to the max? No, of course not. You're just hindering your success and you're holding yourself back, and that is exactly why starting a fresh channel with a fresh audience and YouTube pushing out your videos to people who actually like it is way better for the long run of your YouTube channel. And guys, I realized this the hard way. When I started doing YouTube, I started doing Minecraft content and gaming content, and then slowly started going into compilations and then changed it again into doing this faceless content where I just react to clips. With me constantly changing my niches on the same channel, I started hindering how many views my videos were getting, because now I'm trying to push out content that are related to Karens to an audience full of Minecraft kids. And even though the video was very entertaining and it was edited correctly, it still performed horribly because I was presenting it to the wrong people. So once again, start fresh, start new. Do not buy an old channel that has 1,000 inactive subscribers. It is way worse. Well, let's jump into the next part, which is how to make videos going viral. Alright guys, now we're getting to the juicy stuff, which is what makes a video go viral. A lot of people like to complicate things, but at the end of the day, it's just 3 things, which is click-through rate, audience retention, and watch time. Now, click-through rate is just the thumbnail. Thumbnail is very important. That should be a given. Audience retention is about how long the viewer watched the entire video. So let's say you have a 10-minute video. Where do they stop watching? Do they stop watching at the 5-minute mark, the 8-minute mark? And YouTube will give you this information to let you know if your video is a really watchable video. It's very entertaining. People are watching it all the way through. This is probably the most important factor when it comes down to a video going viral, because even if you have a bad thumbnail and a bad title, if people are watching your video entirely, it'll still do fairly well. And I use fairly loosely. You'll see why. And then there's watch time, which people constantly get confused with audience retention. They think it's the same thing. It's not. For example, let's say you have a video that's 10 minutes, but then you have a video that's 20 minutes. They're both covering the exact same topic, same thumbnail, same title. But like I said, one is 20 minutes long and one is 10 minutes long. Now, you can have that 10-minute video be very engaging. People are watching it up to 6 minutes. But if you have a 20-minute video and people are only watching 50% of it, a lower percentage, it'll actually do better than the video that's 10 minutes long because there's just more hours being watched. So in YouTube's eyes, it's like, even though it's not a better video, it's keeping the viewer on the platform longer. So we're going to push this video instead. And this video ends up going viral over this one. I hope that makes sense, but I'll go over it more in detail right now. So here I have a video that did fairly decent. When I mean viral, I mean anything around over 100K views. But like I said, this video got 580K views. It made around 1,800, which is pretty bad, but this was like a relationship niche. I guess they don't pay much. Regardless, let's go into the click-through rate, which is the thumbnail and how good the title was. This did very, very well right when it came out. It did 20%, which means out of 100 people it was being viewed to, 20 of them were clicking. This is extremely high, and I'm going to show you guys methods on how to increase your thumbnails once we get to that part of the course. But as you guys can see, other than this part, I kind of privated the video. The video was keeping a very high click-through rate the entire time. Now, what counts as a good click-through rate? I would say anything above 10%. If you're getting lower than 10%, you gotta change your titles or thumbnails or things you're talking about, because clearly people don't want to watch that video. Nobody cares about the topic that much. If you're getting 5%, 3%, your video will never blow up. I'm sorry to say, even if that audience retention is really well. But let's check out the audience retention in this video. And it was a 10-minute video, and well, I guess people were watching right when it came out up to 7 minutes. And it slowly drops off when it gets viewed to more and more people. The first what YouTube does is it shows the video to your audience, sees how it does, and of course your audience is gonna watch it the most, which is why I had a lot of people view it the first couple days, because it was my audience. And then it goes viewed to more people that are random, not really your audience, and it'll drop off, which is completely normal. But the key here is to make sure people are still watching at least some of it, and 40% of 10 minutes out of almost 600K views is amazing. That means it was viewed to 600 random people, and it still took an average of 4 minutes of their life, which is very good. Of course, if the video was longer, this number would be bigger, but you guys get the point. Now, that being said, since I knew this video did very well, guess what I decided to do? It was a 10-minute video. I decided to make the next one on a similar topic longer by an extra 5 minutes. So if it was a 10-minute video, I made a 15-minute video. Why? Because pretty much after this video went viral, so many people started hopping on this video as well, started taking my thumbnail, started taking my title, and I was like, okay, if I gotta beat the competition, I gotta make a longer video so I can get more watch time. Now you're just seeing how watch time is coming into play here. At the end of the day, you're just competing for the extra watch time, and the best way to do that is just to make a longer video, even if the video isn't as entertaining. I hope that's making sense, but I'll show you guys an example of certain niches that are just simple to understand. So here we have a Karen channel, and guys, I'm just choosing a random niche. I go into niche research in the next topic. It's very important, but I'm just showing you guys one of the topics you guys could do. Essentially, this guy understands that watch time is a very big thing. That's why his videos are very long, because he's competing with other people who are making Karen content. That is pretty much the key here. If you are in a niche that is heavily competitive with a bunch of people uploading the similar topic, what you have to do is make longer videos that are still going to be as entertaining as your competitors. So let's say you're getting into gaming or any niche out there, you got to watch what your competitors are doing and how long their videos are, because even if you're making a 10-minute very engaging video that has 80% audience retention, it won't compete to these guys because they just have too much watch time. But let me show you guys exactly what I mean. So here we have a video that hit 100K while the other ones kind of did not. Why did this one go 100K but the other ones didn't? Well, one key factor is it's 30 minutes long. This one here though is actually 31 minutes long. And the reason it only got 44k views is because I guess the title and thumbnail just weren't as good, or even the clips within the video. This was just a case where even though this video was a bit longer, this one was still a bit better because the clips in the video and I guess what the guy was talking about was just more entertaining. But you guys can scour the channel, you pretty much can tell that there's a consistency going on here. Usually the videos that are over 30 minutes are doing way better than the ones who are not. Here we have 35 minutes, 120k views. Here we have 2 hours. It was probably a compilation video, 200k views. You guys see what I'm talking about here? Even if your videos are trash, if you have a long video with a lot of watch time, it'll do incredibly well. And you guys are probably wondering, how the hell am I supposed to make a 30-minute video, a 40-minute video? You don't have to get into this niche. There's other niches where I'll explain. You have to probably make 15-minute long videos, 20-minute long videos. And guys, that doesn't take much time at all. I'm gonna show you guys throughout the course how quickly and easy that can become. I make 4 to 5 of these videos a day. So obviously I have an easy process that's gonna be easy to explain. Now to sink the point even further, I have another Karen channel over here that's posting shorter content, which means his competitors are posting 30, 20-minute long videos, but he's posting 6-minute, 5-minute long videos, and let's see how his channel is doing overall. He is gaining some views, but guys, for the same clips, same titles, same thumbnails, he's not doing well at all. Well, why is it? Is it because his content sucks? No, I'm pretty sure it's the same content as the other Karen channels. It's probably because the watch time just isn't there. This man needs to keep up with his competitors and try making longer content than just 5, 7, 10 minutes sometimes even. I don't even see 10 minutes. But actually guys, I do see one video that's 6 minutes long that got 521k views. That's actually pretty amazing, that the fact that his competition's also very competitive, but it was probably just because it had a really good title and really good thumbnail. Now at this point, I think you guys are getting the bigger picture with YouTube, and it's more about watch time and audience retention than it is really about the quality of the video. People are spending hours on 5-minute videos, 10-minute videos, not doing research on the competition, thinking that that's all that matters as long as it's a very entertaining video. But the reality is, guys, a 10-minute really good video will not compare on the platform as a 30-minute trash video, because that 30-minute video will still somehow get more watch time, surprisingly. I mean, just think about it. That 30-minute video just needs to get a 30% retention rate to keep up what this 10-minute video is even doing, which is why the stuff I'm going to teach you, it doesn't require too much editing. I'm not trying to make the best videos on the platform. I'm just trying to make really long videos that are 15, 20, 25 minutes long, maybe even sometimes 10 depending on your niche, and pushing them out more frequently than someone who's just spending all their time on one video that's, I guess, 10 minutes long. Also, your favorite creators follow this rule and you don't even realize it because their videos are just that entertaining, I guess. But Mr. Beast, 35 minutes, 20 minutes, sometimes 17 minutes, 22 minutes, 30 minutes, 32 minutes, and you guys can pretty much tell that the longer videos, 41 minutes, do better than the shorter ones. What? Is that just by randomness? No, even the algorithm has to accommodate for Mr. Beast, and his longer videos will still always do better than his shorter ones. Now, as complicating as all this stuff is, there is certain tricks and tips I learned to get higher retention and to get more watch time on your videos without you doing any extra work. It's actually less work. Let me show you guys that in the next part. So a little tip into going viral on YouTube that people just don't talk about is don't tell any of your friends or family you're doing YouTube. Don't give them away your channel names. Don't let them subscribe, and definitely don't let them click on your videos and I guess like and comment. But Shaq, what do you mean? That sounds like the stupidest advice ever. Every single YouTuber says, yo, share it with your friends and family if you want to grow on YouTube initially. But the reason that doesn't work is because if you're sharing it to your friends and family, but they're not watching your video entirely and they're only clicking on your video and leaving immediately, your audience retention is gonna get destroyed. And people don't realize that. I've helped out so many YouTubers that had this problem and they didn't even realize it. They're like, why are my videos blowing up? And I go ahead and check their audience retention off like a 10-minute video, and the viewers only watching for 30 seconds of the 10 minutes. Majority of them are. So the more family and friends you tell that aren't watching this entire 10-minute video are actually damaging the video itself, even if that video is good. But to YouTube's eyes, it's like, hey, some people are clicking on this video, they're leaving immediately. Sure, they're commenting, sure, they're liking, but they're not watching. What's going on here? In YouTube's eyes, it's either a bot, because you can bot likes and comments, or it's a person that just isn't interested in the video itself. Regardless, either of those two is damaging your video completely. And like I said, even if it's an amazing video, if your audience retention is only 5-10% because of the people you shared it with, that video will never go viral. ever. And if you guys have been posting on YouTube for quite some time and already have a couple videos and shared it to friends and family, check out the audience retention and see how much of your friends and family are viewing the entire video. Because I can guarantee you that's probably the reason you're not going viral on your videos. Now, the second tip that helped me go really viral on YouTube initially was 1 hour long compilations of my existing content. This also helped me beat the 4,000 watch hours that's recommended by YouTube to get monetized. So what I mean by 1 hour long compilations, isn't that against YouTube terms? It's actually not, as long as it's your content and it's so-called the best moments. So here I have a channel, for example. This guy posts Karen videos normally, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. But what he does is he actually posts 1 hour long compilations of existing content, and those videos go very viral. For example, 1 hour long compilation here, 800K views. 2 hours long here, 200, which is all right. An hour long here, 2.6 million. Another 2 hours long, 2 million. Actually, I don't even have to search up 1 hour. I could just go to most popular. And guys, guess what you see here? Usually, the longer videos are always over 1 million. Whoops, sorry about that, guys. I think my camera just died, but anyways, we're back. Anyways, you guys can get the point that long compilations, 1 hour compilations, do work. And it's not something you're creating that's new. It's already your current videos that have the highest retention. So let's say out of 10 videos you made, 3 of them had like a 50-60% audience retention. It's the best videos on the channel. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put them all together and I'm gonna call it a 1 hour video. That is it. I didn't do any extra work, and now I'm getting the most views on any video on my channel. It's literally a hack that no one talks about. And this is also, like I said, a very, very quick way to get 4,000 watch hours. People stress this over, but I promise you, the moment you post that 1 hour video, your 4,000 hours will probably be complete in like a week. That's usually how I grow my channels really fast, and that's why I don't recommend people buying these channels, spending money on like aged channels, when you could just make it yourself in like a month. It's not that serious. But obviously there's more to YouTube than just going viral. These are just the metrics you gotta pay attention to, and the things you're looking out for when you're thinking about what kind of niche you want to get into. But regarding niches, I'm gonna talk about that in the next segment. Alright guys, now we're going to go over the most important part of the course, which is niche research. This is the part, once again, where I wish I spent more time on. I would have saved myself years if I just did more research on my niche and exactly what people were searching up and just watching. A beginner YouTuber will always hear that the most important part is as long as you're following your passion and the video is good, you'll get millions of views later on as long as you stay consistent. That's just not true. You have to be making videos around topics and subjects that people are searching up and looking up for. Otherwise, like I said, I don't want to sound like a broken record, even if you made it an amazing video and hired the best editors in the world, if nobody is searching up that video, it's useless and it'll never get any views. Now, before you guys go ahead and start looking up your own niche, you got to make sure that your content that you're going to start reviewing or the niche you're into is family friendly and not violent. A lot of clips on the internet that go viral, especially on WorldStar, have violence, have shooting, have a lot of inappropriate videos within those niches. And I don't want you guys to ever post this kind of content on YouTube because you're just going to get terminated no matter how much views these videos will get. Another thing a good niche has is clips with a lot of variety and content that is being made daily. Endless supply. Why is this important? Well, because on YouTube, you want to be making sure that you're going to be reviewing content. You don't ever run out of videos or content to review. Otherwise, then that means you can't post as often and you can't make as much money. That should be fairly obvious. Second, I kind of went over this already. Forget passion and chase views and audience. A lot of people like to say that they want to create content or make videos about subjects that they like, and that's perfectly fine. But if nobody's watching this video, once again, it's pointless. But there is a tool I want to show off, which is Social Blade. This is a tool that I use in order to find out if a niche is good or bad. And essentially, for example, I have a channel here. It goes over, I guess, funny moments, funny videos, try not to laugh. This is another niche you guys can get into, but I'm trying to see how much money this channel is making. Yeah, he has 1 million subscribers, but how much viewers is he actually getting per video or his channel overall daily? So what I'll do is I'll copy his entire URL here. I'll go to the website socialblade.com and I will paste his channel right here. And with enough time, there we go. I will pretty much see how much his channel is making. You guys have probably seen this before or heard of this website. Don't listen to this. This is absolute BS. This guy is not making this yearly or this monthly. But if you go down here, you can see, wow, this guy's actually making a lot of money. Holy crap. He's getting around 500K views a day. I guess this is just having an error populating. This just happens to be today. This is not how it usually is. But he's getting around 334 subs a day and getting 500K views a day, which means his niche is very good, and it's pretty much just try not to laugh. And where is he getting these videos from? I mean, let's just take a look. Instagram, TikTok, Instagram. So this guy's just scouring Instagram, TikTok, and WorldStar, and bam, just giving his little few takes in between, and he's making a lot of money. And I'm going to show you guys that along the way, how to edit these videos and give your few minute takes or a few second takes. It's not that hard. But this is just one channel. Another channel is one I already reviewed. It's the Karen's channel that we just went over. I'm going to copy him to see how much money he's making. Oh, wrong one. Right here. And from this, we can see that he's only making around 38k views a day, which is not horrible. If you guys really want to know how much he's making, multiply these numbers by 4.5, which is the average return off 1,000 views. So he's probably making around 5k a month, but let's see why it's super low, because he does have a lot of subscribers. He's just not posting often. If you really want to make it on these niches, you gotta post daily, or at least 5 times a week in my opinion. But still, I would say that a lot of you guys would not mind making an extra 5k a month. He probably does have multiple channels like I do as well, so he's probably posting across all channels, getting a consistent 5k, 5k, 10k, whatever it is. Alright guys, now we're on to an interesting part of the course, which is niche selection. This is the second time I'm making this video. The first time, I wasn't very specific with the competition, and overall, I was just too vague. So in this time, I made sure to color code it, give you guys my personal favorite niches to get into, as well as some more difficult ones that you guys still can get into if you want to. This is going to be a longer video, and it is important to watch the entire thing because selecting your niche is pretty much going to be your entire channel. Do not rush this process, and make sure to be very picky with this part, possibly go into a niche you enjoy the most. So let me just jump right into it and explain exactly what you guys are seeing on the screen. Essentially, green, guys, is the easiest to start, which is here. Thankfully, it is the most. If you guys see anything in orange, this is where things are a bit tricky, possibly need to do a bit more research, or you just gotta have better editing skills. And then the ones where it says the highest effort niches, these still make a ton of money and still can get a ton of views. But like I said, it can be tricky to acquire either clips, it can be tricky to commentate over, or it can just be tricky to edit. As well as on the bottom here, I have a list of 10 niches that aren't specifically to one niche. If you are an entertaining creator, you could branch out and you don't have to just stick with one topic. You can actually talk about multiple topics. And if you guys click any of the creators you guys see here, you can see that they talk about any topic and still get a bunch of views because, well, they're entertaining and people like watching their videos regardless of the niche itself. This does take some time and some skill, but if you guys feel like you're not happy with just going over one niche your entire channel, then possibly replicate channels like these that go over multiple topics. But let me start from the top and go down slowly to the bottom. I'm going to go over every single niche and make sure to leave nothing out this time. So essentially, guys, just because these are at the top doesn't mean these are my favorite. These are all even. I think every single one is really easy to get into. And as you guys can see, I added 3 examples per niche to let you guys know that there is enough competition to jump into each one. So if we were to jump into this first one, which is shoplifting, in the beginning of my YouTube career, I did get into this one. I did see a lot of views. And let me just show you guys a quick channel that does this. This one started very recently and is already seeing success. In the beginning, I guess they went over crimes and killer videos. Now they're more into shoplifting. And even though they don't post often, you guys can definitely see that since they started recently, 3 months ago, some videos are getting 32k, 6k, 1.7k, 4.4k. Now that channel was new, but I can show you guys better ones that have been posting for quite some time. And this one is called Retail Nightmares. You guys can pretty much just get all their clips, react to their content, just crop out their voice. Their clips are very easily edited. Now in this next one, guys, it is a freak out niche. I'm actually going to be replicating one of these videos that you guys see on this channel. And as you guys can see, he's posting pretty often and he's getting some pretty decent views. So it is a pretty lively niche. You'll still get by making content around this channel, probably making around 5k a month, 6k a month. And I also added some other examples into here. That way, if you guys want to take some content of theirs, you guys can. You guys have a lot of channels where you guys can find clips from if you like. But let me just breeze through this niche. This next one is the woke niche. I love this niche because it's popping up recently. If you guys check out any of the channels, they started within the last year and they're easily all making within 5 to 10k a month. Let me just go over one of them for you guys. This guy he just started posting 44 videos. Not that crazy. And as you guys can see, he's already making 8.8, 9.2. Let me just see his most popular. 5.2 million, which is 8 months ago, which is absolutely ridiculous. But as you guys can see, this guy's still getting a bunch of views that are recent. 2.1 million views 3 months ago. And if I also go even the other one, which is Unwoke, this is the biggest channel within the niche. And there isn't many channels just like these, but this guy also started, as you guys see, 7 months ago. This is a completely new channel, started 7 months ago, and he is printing money, guys. I think this channel is making well over 10K a month because if you go to his popular videos, yeah, 5.6 million. This guy is making a ton of money. Like I said, my personal favorite niche. And this next one is called Emotional Reunions. I was surprised to come across this niche because the videos go freaking viral. It's basically about soldiers coming back home or just people reuniting with their families that they haven't seen in a very long time. You can see 2 weeks ago, 10 days ago. And like I said, you guys can find all of these clips through TikTok. Let me go through another one for you, just, you know, show you guys that there's more channels just like these. And this one is very unique. Why did I add this one? It doesn't only go over people reuniting, it goes over a bunch of war stuff. As you guys can see, a lot of the ones that blow up have to be with, I guess, soldiers coming back home, soldiers coming back home. You guys can just really see the difference. And once again, just soldiers coming back home. You guys can take these video ideas, replicate them yourselves. Let me go through the next topic, which is courtroom drama. This guy is called Rapid Reports. Now, why do I like this channel a lot, even though Shaq, he doesn't get a lot of views? Once you guys keep posting a lot, I hope this is like motivation for you. It may seem like this guy is getting no views, but guess what? If you guys go deeper in his channel where the videos are sitting for a little bit, taking little baby views here and there, these videos slowly start getting views. I still have another one that's a little bit more up to date, more successful. This guy's called Courtroom, and instead of it being around divorce court, this guy just goes over more like people reacting to life sentences. As you guys can see, death sentences. And you guys will find these clips everywhere on the internet, like WorldStar, TikTok, Instagram. Or you guys can just take their clips and commentate over it. That's one idea. The next one is relationships. This one is huge. You guys will find a ton of content on this, but let me just show you guys a few channels that started pretty recently. This one is called Sigma Central Reacts and Commentary. If I go to the oldest and actually scroll down, you can see he started around 1 year ago, and he's already printing mad money. This guy is, I think I went over his channel. Yeah, 5 days ago, 137K. Some videos getting even more views, 94K. He barely posts. But let me show you guys a better example. This guy's called Griffin Mind. He does show his face, but this guy just does a great job explaining relationship problems. Like I said, you don't have to show your face. You guys can just take his video ideas and go over the topics yourselves. Once again, 154K within 3 days is pretty wild. His videos are a bit long, and you guys can almost say that the longer videos always usually do better than the shorter ones. Here we go, 117K versus that's 31 minutes long. This one's 20 minutes long, 89K. So length definitely affects your niche. And this next one's almost very similar to the freakout niche, except it's a bit different. It's about tough guys getting humbled. Let me show you it real quick. This guy goes over a ton of them. He also goes over a bit of woke people. But as you guys can see, cocky streamers get humbled. Man fights back. Cocky giant. And you guys can see that these videos get views. Now, just because I'm showing you channels that have reactions to them, like facial reactions, doesn't mean you guys shouldn't be getting into them. It just shows that these niches are working. Let me just preface with that. Another one is public freakouts. This guy is an OG on the platform. And as you guys can see, he is still posting till this day and he's still getting a bunch of views. Now, you don't need many views to be making 5 to 10K a month. I would say as long as you're finding niches that make at least, this guy hit 500K in last month. Wow. Of course, you guys have to upload daily. Now, this next one, I actually really like it, especially if you guys are gamers. This one is called, these are just gaming reactions. This guy basically finds the best gaming clips on the internet. These are not his clips and he just voices his opinions before them and after them. These are if you guys are huge gamers. It doesn't have to be just Warzone or Call of Duty. It could be anything. Let me see what this guy does. This guy does more Minecraft. And I think there's even one more where this guy shows his face, but it doesn't matter. This guy just reacts to any game possible. And like I said, he just says reacting. And these are just crazy clips that he finds all over YouTube and just gives his reaction on top of it. So if you guys are gamers and want to get into that and feel more passionate about that, do it. There is a lot of views to be seen, as you guys can see. There is a lot of views here. And this next one, it is very interesting. It is horror niches. I didn't realize this one was so big until I did research into it. I guess people really like horror niches. These guys barely post, but it doesn't matter. They're still getting a ton of views each video. Literally 1 million each video is ridiculous. Let me show you guys another one that I think posts more often. Yeah, 1 day ago, 11 days ago. And look at these views. And like I said, all he's doing is reacting to scary clips he finds all over the internet. You guys can check out these videos, of course, check out these channels, find out how they're making them. And once again, these videos are printing. Let me show you guys one more horror one. This guy, I think, even posts more often. I think he was the most frequent. 5 hours ago, 2 days ago, 4 days ago, yeah. Like I said, this guy's making, in my opinion, $15,000, $20,000 a month just reacting to horror clips, and he's just giving his little insight. Doesn't take much work, that's all. And the last one over here is religious debates. Of this green section of the easier ones, I didn't want to add in a bunch of channels out of respect, but essentially you guys would go over debate topics, maybe just reacting over cool miracles and stuff like that. These videos get a ton of views. Old people love watching these things, and these channels will never die. But like I said, do your own research. And like I said, I'm not listing it out of respect, but for the moderate niches, these are where things get a bit tricky. Honestly, this one could probably be in the green section, but I'll just put it here just for now. Essentially what this guy does, he is going over like viral celebrity stuff. So essentially, Marlon is a huge streamer. He's just finding these streaming clips, giving his commentary over them. This guy is, I don't know who this kid is, Casey Neistat, whatever his name is. As you guys can see, it's just streamer clips, and he's just posting them, talking about each streamer. Maybe some crazy things that are going on with each streamer. This channel specifically is making 200k views a day. I know his videos are not popping off, but 200k views, he's easily, I think, making $30,000-$40,000 a month going over streamer clips. If you guys are into that, you guys can easily get into it. There's also another type, which is streamer news, which is similar. Same thing, right? 1 month ago, 11 days ago. And these videos go very viral, especially if the streamer is up and coming. And this is where you have to do a little bit of work. That's why I kind of added it into the orange section, because it does require a bit of research, but you don't have to post as frequently to be very successful in this. Now, this next one is the high effort niches. These are the ones where you guys have to do some kind of research, but there is a greater return if you guys were to do them correctly. Let me give you guys an example. This is the crime and police niche. This guy actually goes over just car accidents and police chases and all these kind of things. And these are not his clips, guys. But you guys can see that the return is ridiculous. 1 million views 7 days ago. This channel specifically was making over 100k a month. So if you guys have the patience, the time to do these research, do it. It can definitely pay off in the long run, especially once you're past 100 videos. This one started with 359 videos, and you guys can see it's the same thing. This guy is just reacting to, I guess, Karens or people getting arrested. It's the same thing. If he was to make his videos a bit longer, he would see so much more success, but I guess he just doesn't have the patience for that. He would rather upload daily, whatever take you want to make with it. There's another one called Red Tree Stories. I just want to show every single one because these are really good ones. You guys have the time and patience. Yeah, 7 days ago. Oh my God. Like I said, you have really good editing skills. Watch their videos, see if you can replicate it, and see if you guys can take the time to find the content, research the content, talk over it. It is almost like a little documentary per video, but if you do have the time for it, these videos pay off, man, like a lot. When did he start? 2 years ago. And this channel is printing well over 50, 100k a month in my opinion. The next one is Try Not to Laugh. This is completely better with the face cam, but these work. But like I said, way better with the face cam. For example, this guy's called More Ali, I think. And he just reacts to these funny clips that he finds all over TikTok. He doesn't make the video himself. So if you guys want to show your face and have the courage for that, all you guys have to do is find videos like these. This is a channel you guys can just take off of. You see all these funny videos? Take them, sit in front of a camera every single day and react to them. As long as you guys have pretty decent reactions, you guys have a goofy personality, this can work out very well for you. And it's very easy, very light. But the only reason I put in the hard niche is because you just got to show your face. That is all. Otherwise, it would be in the green section. And this next one is Gym Fails. This one is actually really easy to replicate. But the reason I decided to put it in the red section is because there wasn't enough clips I can find easily. So if you guys are fine with posting not so often, you guys can just replicate content like this. But like I said, I just personally could not find channels that are posting almost daily. You see, like 2 days ago, 3 weeks ago, it is still a very good niche to get into if you guys have the patience to find the clips. And you guys just have to commentate between and before and after, that's all. Now, like I said, the last part of this are channels that aren't specifically tied to a niche, and they just kind of freestyle anything that they find interesting that week, but they're still somewhat around the same topic. For example, the Poor Man Podcast Reacts. He essentially goes over a lot of political stuff, maybe relationship stuff, maybe woke people. He also goes over people fighting back. It's just a lot of the similar types of things. But he also has been on the platform for so long, so he's able to freestyle after some time. So as long as you guys keep posting, you'll see the same results. The guy's called 7-Elevens, and he goes over absolutely anything. Karens, crazy hacks, TikTok hacks, cheaters, crazy divers. The reason people are watching his videos is because he's entertaining himself. So if you're really entertaining, you think you have the style for it, you guys can literally dive into any niche possible, and all it consists of you is just reacting to clips. The style doesn't really change. Let me show you guys a really good one. I think it was Binge Central. As you guys can see, he just goes over just random topics that he finds interesting. It's random talents. Like I said, you don't have to tie yourself. Sometimes these videos go viral. You don't have to tie yourself to a specific niche. I added some face cam channels on here if one of you guys wants to show your face. At the end of the day, you're just reacting to things. So if you don't want to show your face, you don't have to. But I made sure to, divide it up for the people who want to or not. But yeah, guys, listen, I'm going to be adding a bunch more niches as time goes on. This checklist completely changed from the previous one. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to make a third video later on in the future. Just stay up to date. Make sure to keep reloading the school website. And I'll probably be adding some new things into this. But like I said, guys, take your time. If you guys have a certain niche you guys want me to talk about, let me know. I'll let you guys know if it's a good niche to get into or not. But like I said, just take your time with this. It's not an easy thing. Now this next part is niche testing. Essentially, how do you come up with your first video idea on that niche? And how do you know it's a good one? I decided to bring up 3 channels I spoke about in the last video, and I'm gonna show you guys how I would come up with a video in each of these niches. Now just like a lot of people don't spend enough time on niche research, a lot of people spend too much time on it where they don't even upload a video. I would still rather you guys upload a video that day than spend too much brainstorming on what kind of video title and thumbnail it should be. A video being posted is way better than not one at all. But essentially what I would do is I would go through this entire niche and I would see over the last month what got the most views, and I would make my title around that. So here we have this channel we reviewed, and we have 241k, 97k, 45k, and we just keep going down, and we're trying to pay attention to the ones that got the most views in the last week or last month. And this one got a lot. So we have this one right here, and we have this one right here. And I think I saw this one over here as well. Yeah, this guy has like more of a series going on. Obviously, PART-1. Series do very well, by the way. I would probably make a video around this topic, insane car crashes compilation, best of USA and Canada accident. This would be my exact title. I would literally find clips, 10 to 20 minutes worth, make a part 1, part 2, part 3 of his exact series. It's really not that complicated, and by his thumbnails, it's not insane thumbnails either. You guys can make this off your freaking phone. And that's all I'm doing. I'm going down to the last month, seeing what got the most views, because that's what people are searching up and watching, and I'd make videos around those really high viewed videos. The next one I have is a scare cam or scare prank one. Once again, I'm gonna do the exact same method. I'm gonna try finding a couple videos that I can make, videos on. 3 days, 2 days. This one did very well. This was 2 days ago. And I think this guy is just a huge series, and he doesn't have much uniqueness in his titles or thumbnails. I mean, he just has a basic thumbnail where it's just a girl's body, pretty much. But the titles are all the same. The titles are really all the same. So what I would do for this exact niche, copy the entire title and recreate his thumbnails. That is it. And I'm going to show you guys how to recreate thumbnails later on. But that is it. I would literally copy his entire title and make 20-minute videos on people getting scared, and I would commentate in between each one. And the last part I wanted to show you guys, like, I guess relationship content or alpha male content, or sometimes even woke people content. This guy does it all. But I'm going to go back to the last week or last month. This one got 181k, 14k, 125k, 151k. He gets a lot of views regardless, but let's keep going down. Let's see exactly the highest one out of all of them. 3 weeks. This one got a lot. Right here, 276. This ungrateful woman demands man pay for her 8 friends' dinner and instantly, I guess, regret it. Whatever it is. I'm taking this video topic, that thumbnail as well, that exact clip inside that video, and I'm recreating it. I'm literally doing exactly that. I'm going to rip off this entire subject, this entire title, and I'm making a video around that. You're not trying to come up with your own title. You're not trying to come up with your own thumbnail. You're doing what already works and what's not broken. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Don't try to make some new title, new topic, new niche. No, forget all that. Copy what these people are doing and post videos around that. And do you guys think it's wrong? No, because a bunch of other people are doing the exact same thing. I know it sounds overly simple, but that's all you really do to find a winning niche and a winning video. And like I said, if you're posting videos daily like this around these topics, you are without a doubt going to get a viral video. But to show you guys that people are already doing this, channels that are already doing this, I'm going to go back to this alpha channel guy. I'm going to copy his video that has to do with MMA and bodybuilding, whatever it is. I'm going to paste it here. And here we have an exact replica. This alpha channel copied this channel. It's the exact same clip. It's literally almost the exact same title. Like, and this guy got, 19k views off of it, but it doesn't matter. That's what these channels are doing. Some of them hit, some of them don't. But this channel is literally copy and pasting a bunch of other viral videos that happened on YouTube already. And he's just making more content around that. And that's all he's doing. None of his content he figured out himself. He's just copying whatever went viral first. And that's perfectly normal to do on YouTube. Let's see another one of this. When normal people get sick of spoiled... What is this, man? This is some woke video. Let's see this one. Dude. Here's the first video. Here's the one he copied off of. This was 7 months ago. This is 3 weeks ago. It's literally the identical thumbnail. And this guy's 147k views. He probably made over $1,000 off that. And he just copied the video. He made it longer because I told you guys how watch time and retention rate is very important. That's what he just did. He just stole the method. And as long as you guys do that with all the niches I said, copy the videos, copy the thumbnails, make them longer a bit by 5 extra minutes, you are golden. And if you do that once a day, you'll have a video that pops off. And then after that video pops off, recreate it. You know, that's it. Just keep going. Worst case scenario, guys, if you're doing everything and you're listening to my advice and you're making a video a day and a month goes by, you have 30 videos and not a single one pops off, you got to relook at your metrics, relook at your watch time, relook at your audience retention, see exactly what's going wrong with your videos. And if everything is fine, you should have a video pop off. But if still not, then possibly, worst case scenario, it's your commentary, whoever you hire, which is extremely rare because 90% of the video is the clips. So even if your commentary is trash, you're not making any sense, you'll still have some viral videos in there. Within a month, you should easily find your niche, you should easily have some viral videos, and you should easily be making daily content on it. But I think I went into enough detail about all the back-end research stuff about YouTube. Now let's jump into the fun stuff, which is actually editing and stitching everything together to actually make a good video. Alright guys, Shaq from the future is here. Essentially, you guys are still having a very hard time picking your niches, at least from the comments I'm getting from you guys. For the most part, you guys are having an easy time with this course, but I kind of had a feeling that the hardest part was finding a very good niche. I would say that's like 90% of the comments I'm getting. So essentially, I want to dive into this topic a little bit more to give you guys information to find your own niches if you guys aren't happy with the ones I put above. And if you guys are curious, in the previous video where I go over the list of niches, I keep adding to that list even though I don't go over it in the video. So go back, keep checking that list because like I said, I'm always finding new niches every single day and I will keep adding to that if I think it's a profitable niche. But anyways, the first thing you guys gotta make sure a niche is really good is make sure there is competition. I know this sounds counterintuitive, but you want competition within your niche. That way you know people are uploading because they're getting a lot of views. If there's no competition within a niche, it's not a good thing because you can't figure out the niche you're gonna get into is gonna get a lot of views or not. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Don't try to come up with your own new niche no one has ever done before. Do what other YouTubers are already currently doing and just replicate their most viewed content. That is all. That's how this entire system works. That's exactly what I'm going to be going over a specific niche in this video that is separate from the Karens. And I'm going to show you guys 3 channels within this niche that are doing very well. I'm also going to be going back and forth with Social Blade because if you guys do want to figure out if a niche is good or not, and you guys don't see it in the list above, you need to use Social Blade to see how many views this channel is getting daily. Especially if the channel is uploading daily and if they're not getting a lot of views, you probably should not be getting into that niche. I kind of went over the no competition part, and like I said, don't reinvent the wheel. But anyways, the niche I'm going to be showing you guys is the woke niche. Like I said, this is a very good one. I don't mean to get political. You guys can have your own beliefs, but this is very good because it's a new niche up and coming. Kind of up and coming, I would say within the last year, it really blew up. If I go to oldest, this channel started about a year ago, and they are well over making over 10K a month. Well over. Same with this one. I think I showed you guys this one already. And there's even another guy I found. His name is Simp Savior Sam. But he goes pretty much over woke people content, a little bit relationship, but mainly just woke people, as you guys can see here. Woke liberals, blah, blah, blah. And you guys can see these are pulling in views. Like if your niche isn't pulling in this many views, don't go over it. And I know a lot of you guys are going to be asking, where do I find these clips? And I'm going to straight up go on TikTok and show you guys woke people, whatever it is. And here's a bunch of woke people just going crazy. Like these are perfectly fine to do. Obviously, you have to scour it to do your little own research. Or like I said, you guys can go over their videos and just use their content and just add your own voice to it. You can even use their own opinions. I'm not even joking. It's really that simple. If you like an opinion that this YouTuber gave, take the opinion and just use your own voice. That's all you're doing. Same with all these guys. You guys like their content, use it. It is perfectly allowed to use. You're not gonna get a copyright strike for this. But let me show you guys how their channels are pretty much set up, right?
Hello everyone. Welcome to What Even Is This? Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Now let's laugh at some batshit crazy people together.
You want to be on TV?
Then they jump into the video. That's one. Okay. This guy I already showed you guys, I believe. Let me show over again.
Entertainment purposes only and are not intended to offend anyone. I think she wants us to believe she is a third gender or something, Tony. Hello and welcome to another video. Today we go all out on the wokies. Don't forget to like and subscribe. In fact, do it now.
Let me go into the video. Another guy here. His name is whatever. People don't hold back against woke liberals.
That Trump would shaving their heads, screaming that they're going to go on a sex.
Let me just preface, he is showing his face. I know you guys, a lot of you guys don't want to show your face. You don't have to, but it's the same method. You're just getting clips and reacting to them. Sometimes these channels have faces in them, sometimes they don't. If you guys want to get into a niche, it doesn't need to be completely faceless for you to know if it's working or not. If you see people reacting with their faces in the videos, it's still allowed and you still can recreate their content. Just don't show your face. And just talk after the clip. This guy, for the most part, doesn't talk until after the clip. He just shows his face sitting there like this the entire time. Let me just show you.
Strike. You can't threaten people by taking something away that no one wanted in the first place.
Damn.
Also, I don't know what you're doing.
Light
on a
words.
Sex strike. Some of you really need a hunger strike.
Racism against white people? Yeah. Girl, no, white racism does not
I think you guys get it. Like, he's barely talking. I'm sorry. He's not really talking. But you guys don't know how much subs this guy got? 150K. And how many viewers? And I mean, in how long? In the last 2 years. I mean, he grew a whole business out of this. And he is also well over making 10K a month. So this is just how you find a profitable niche. I'm not trying to make you guys do woke content. But like I said, what I did to find this niche is I made sure there was competition. I made sure that there were 3 channels that are getting a lot of views daily. I went back and forth on Social Blade to make sure that these channels are getting views, not just off these numbers that I was seeing. I was actually going through and making sure, hey, this guy's getting at least 11K, 3 days ago, 62K, 4 days ago, 25K, 4 days ago. Like you guys see, and then same with this guy. What even is this? Or this girl, I should say. It's a female doing this. 2 weeks ago, 4 days ago, and I will just copy and paste their channels into Social Blade and see exactly how much they're making. If they're getting at least 20K views, 10K, 20K views a day, I'll get into. I think it's profitable. And if there is no competition and there is nobody doing this content already, I don't recommend getting into that niche. I don't know all the niches out there. I only know so many. You guys are the ones that watch YouTube daily. If you guys find something that I don't know about, bring it to my attention. I'll give my advice and opinion on it. And if it's really good, I'll even add it to the list. But like I said, I already know I kind of went into detail here. I just wanted to really re-emphasize what it means to find a good niche, because once again, it is the most challenging part. So if you are having a hard time with it, you are not alone. It is probably the hardest part about starting YouTube, but I promise you, once you do find your niche, everything is smooth sailing, and that's really it. YouTube is really just the hard stuff in the beginning. Afterwards, it's just repetitiveness. You're just copy and pasting the same stuff that other people are doing, and that's really it. Alright guys, now we're getting to the more juicier stuff, which is the video creation. This is probably the most exciting part, but can be a bit overwhelming and a bit difficult if you have no experience with just video editing. But I'm gonna take it super slow and I may repeat myself a couple times, but let's jump into the first part, which is finding a title. Now, I told you guys initially that I'm gonna be doing a Karen channel as an example. It doesn't mean that I wanna see 1,000 Karen channels and everybody doing just this. I give you guys a bunch of other niches. Just apply what I'm doing in this niche to the other niches and you'll see the exact same success. Now, first I'm going to find the video title, and essentially I have this Karen channel over here. I could have checked out any Karen channel, but I've been using this one throughout the entire course, so let's just stick with this one. But essentially I'm going to go through the last month, and I am going to see the most popular one so far, and essentially I already found one really quickly. It was this one. Karen slaps him, then gets her butt whipped. Okay, you see how he didn't add a curse word there? So now essentially I'm going to be going to this video, pausing it, I'm going to copy this title, I'm going to put it on the side for a bit because I'm going to use that title later on. Now, something else I'm also paying attention to is how long this video is going to be. Now, for the example, I don't want to overcomplicate things. I'm just going to make the video example 10 minutes long. In reality, the video should be around 35 minutes long because I'm trying to outbeat him. He has 29 minutes. I'll probably add an extra 5 more minutes, make it 35 minutes, just to be sure that my video has extra watch time and YouTube prioritizes my video over his. But like I said, just for the example, so I don't overcomplicate things, I'm just gonna make my video 10 minutes, but in reality, it should be 35 minutes. And as well as get an idea of the thumbnail had to do with someone getting slapped. Now, technically, guys, I can actually reuse this exact same thumbnail and I could just switch it around with the clothes they're wearing just through some simple edits, and I'm going to show you guys how I do that. So I am going to be using a little tool here. It's just a website called Thumbnail Downloader. Essentially, I'm going to copy this video URL. I'm going to paste it right here, and I should be getting the exact same thumbnail just by downloading this. Now I have the thumbnail saved over here. Now this is worst case scenario, obviously. I'm not gonna try using this thumbnail, but if I have to and I can't come up with my own thumbnail through the clips that I have, I'll just use his as a backup. Just follow along with me, it'll make complete sense at the end. Now the next part, guys, is finding the clip. Now this is very simple. I already told you guys multiple times that you should be using WorldStar, Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube to be finding these clips. Now, how do you do so? You just search it up. That's it. So I'm pretty much just gonna go on TikTok over here, guys, type in Karens, and bam, I have like an endless supply of Karen videos. You can do this with any of the niches, by the way. Same with WorldStar. I have now an endless supply of WorldStar Karen videos. And worst case scenario, let's say I used up a lot of the clips and I can't find any more on TikTok and WorldStar. Worst, there's small case. It'll never happen, but let's just say that you can use some of the videos that are already on YouTube. But just be very, very careful with this because it's tricky. For example, technically, I can go through this guy's videos and take all of his clips. However, don't overdo it or else YouTube will pick up on this through their system and completely take down your channel or demonetize it for reuse content. Once again, I told you guys in the beginning of the course, reuse content is when a lot of the same clips and same footage is being reused on the platform over and over again. So if you are going to be taking clips from other YouTubers, be very careful and only take 1 to 2 clips per video. So here we have 5 videos. You could take 1 or 2 from each one, get 10 clips, and then review those. But like I said, don't overdo it. It is very tricky, and I would much rather you guys just pursue WorldStar, TikTok, and Instagram, and use this as a last resort. But it does work if you do it correctly. So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on TikTok. I'm going to send my TikTok profile a bunch of these videos. I'm just going to send it to myself. Same with WorldStar and Instagram. And I guess get 1 or 2 clips from these YouTube videos. I'm going to be recording it with OBS. I do have OBS already open. So I'm going to end this video, have all of those videos already saved, and I'm going to show you guys how the final product should look like. Once again, just to repeat myself, I'm going to be recording some of the best Karen videos I can find on the platform. I'm just going to get around 10 clips. That is all. I'm not going to overcomplicate it. And once I have these 10, I'm going to come back to you in the next video. Alright guys, now it's been about 15 minutes. I got all of the footage. I went through TikTok. I just sent myself, like I said, all of the TikToks that had to do with Karens. I also went through WorldStar. I just exiled the tab, but whatever. I got a clip or 2 from WorldStar, and I also tried finding the clip of the thumbnail. So I did show you guys that I was going to be doing, where is the video? This video over here, with the guy slapping the Karen, but that clip was actually not in the video. So this guy is just clickbaiting. I'm still gonna be going along with this title and this thumbnail, but to make it a bit more accurate, I did find my own Karen getting slapped. I know I said in the beginning, you got to be very careful with YouTube, don't show any violence. So I am going to be trimming out the part where the Karen physically gets slapped. I'm going to show the aftermath of that. It sounds a bit complicated right now, but you'll see how I edit it throughout the course. I also forgot to mention that you guys could download some of these YouTube videos using the 4K downloader that I mentioned in the beginning of the course. I didn't end up really using any YouTube clips, so I didn't use the 4K downloader, and I just recorded everything with OBS. Also, if you're using your phone, you could just screen record the clips off your phone from Instagram, TikTok, and WorldStar. It's the exact same thing as using OBS. Like I said, I'm very confident you don't need any equipment for this. You could literally use your phone, but just makes it easier if you had a computer. So now since I have that 12-minute video, guys, I'm going to be uploading it to YouTube. Why? Because I want to make sure all of the clips that I'm going to be using in my video are copyright free, making sure that there's no music in those videos, that the clips aren't owned by any separate company, that they're not owned by anybody else, and I can't get a strike or copyright claim on my video. At the end of the day, I want to get monetized for it, and I don't want to find out at the end of all of the editing that a clip of mine that I was reviewing is copywritten. So I'm just going to upload the file right here, and I'm going to see how it turns out. So I'm just going to name it copyright testing, and I'm going to click next. This channel is not monetized. I haven't even uploaded a single video on this thing. It doesn't matter about any of this kind of stuff. And I'm just going to give this at least 10 minutes to really allow the system to detect any copyright material. And if there's no copyright material, I'm golden and I can start editing those clips right away. I'm just going to private this. Okay, there we go. And yeah, I will be checking back to this, I guess, in 3 minutes. All right, guys, it's been about 3 minutes. There's a 12-minute video. It's literally just the raw footage that I screen recorded. And you can see it says no restrictions. And that means there's no copyright. I'm able to use all of these clips that I just screen recorded. And I don't have to fear about getting any copyright strikes or getting a copyright claim and not making money off that video. So in the next part, I'm going to be dragging this raw footage into my editing software. I'm going to be cleaning it up, slicing it up, and getting it ready and prepared for the commentary that I'm about to add. Alright guys, so in this next part, we're going to start the light editing. This is not going to be the really hard stuff. This is just me snipping up each clip, and that is all. And if you guys are a beginner editor, to snip up a clip on Sony Vegas, I just have to press S, and you guys can see that I'm just snipping up each part. Obviously, I have to go back on this. I'm going to undo everything I'm just doing. But I'm just going to show you guys what essentially snipping up means. I'm just, cutting in half. And if you guys go through the entire video, you can see exactly where a video starts and a video ends. And that's all I'm doing. So here is one clip. And it ends around here before the next clip starts. So I'm going to just snip it around here is the first part. And here is, all right, here. There we go. That switch. And I'm just going to delete this right here. This is just the stuff we don't need in between me switching from video to video. And I'm just going to do that from beginning to end. I'm going to go for here too as well. Here's me going into, okay, here we are. This is when the video clip starts. So I'm just going to click S and delete it. So now I have this part of the first, oh wait, actually, I guess I was going back and forth a bit. Here is, where does video start? Around here. Okay. So this is the first clip. I have the entire first clip. I know what you guys are saying, Shaq, that looks like trash. You can see the entire top. You can see, you know, all this kind of stuff. And you could fix that easily. I believe every single editing software has this. It's called the masking tool. Essentially, you go over here, and depending on the software you're using, you just have to only zoom in on the actual video. That is all. This takes a couple seconds, guys. And I'm just going to be, as you guys can see, it's just that. And I'm going to be clicking the bottom part here, the masking tool, and just cropping this out. I am probably moving a little too fast for you guys. I am sorry. Once again, I'm just going to show you guys exactly what I did. Now you guys can see it's officially zoomed in. Before, it was this. Come on, there, where is it? Before it was like this. Then afterwards, I literally click this little tiny square here. Every single editing software is different. And I'm clicking this little dot right here on my, this first top dot controls the zooming in. But you could still see the garbage on the left here. This is what the bottom dot does. It masks it out. I know this is a bit overly complicated. If you guys have no experience editing, play around with your software, of course, but this only takes me a couple seconds a day. Here, I'm going to go back and just undo all the stuff, or redo all the stuff, I should say. I'm going to go over here, just mask the part of the video that I need, and I'm going to go back to the zooming part, which is at the top here, and I'm going to zoom in. I will probably have to go into more detail about how to edit. If you guys do want a whole separate slowed down course of this, I will gladly do that. And I'll also try to show you guys how you can edit on your phone if you guys really want that. But for the course's sake, I don't want to make this a 1 hour long video on how to edit right now. And if enough people really want me to slow down this editing course and want a whole 1 hour course on how to edit, I will gladly do that. Let me just at least finish the part about how to clip up videos so you can get it ready for commentating. So as you guys can see here, one clip is already done, and I'm just going to do the same thing with the next clip. Obviously, this would be so much faster if I wasn't talking every 5 seconds so I can hear the clip out. But there's one transition, and here's the next one starts here. So delete the middle part. This over here starts the next video. Let me just make sure the beginning is okay. Yep. And I'm going to do the same thing once again. I'm going to go over here, zoom in just to the video, and I'm going to click the bottom part and mask it out. That is all. Now I get just the actual footage, none of the TikTok, none of the stuff in the background. Now you can see I have one clip here, I have another clip here, and I'm going to be doing the rest to all of the rest of the clips. This part takes me 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I've been doing it for so long, so obviously I breeze through this. But clipping up stuff is super simple. Let me just finish all of this clipping stuff up, and then I'll get right back to you guys. So, alright guys, after all of that, and after all of the clipping, I now have around 7.5 minutes, 8 minutes of footage, which is perfectly fine because I'm trying to get a 10-minute video. The rest of the 3 minutes will just be my commentary. That's how little commentary I'm going to be doing throughout the clips. I'm not trying to commentate 50% of the video. It's not like that. YouTube doesn't require that much. You just need to commentate around like 1/3 of the video, which is about what I'm going to be adding. I'm going to be estimating this video is going to be like 11 minutes long. Perfectly fine. But here we have each clip. Let me just show you guys how it turned out. As you guys can see, I cleaned it up. I just made sure it was just a clip showing. No TikTok background, no World Star background, just the clip itself. And just these people freaking out. That is all. And this is the last clip where essentially the person gets slapped. Obviously, I want to have a slapping thumbnail, and I want to make that video at the end. But there you go. At this point, your video is ready for the commentary, but before we do that, I do want to show you guys the winning layout and the winning method. That after all of my years on YouTube, this is the only way I get the highest retention possible. There is a certain way to commentate and show your clips to get the highest retention possible, and it's not just showing your clips randomly. You got to organize them in a certain way to keep the viewer interested as long as possible. But let me just show you guys that winning method in the next part. Alright guys, now here is the winning layout that I was talking about. I have a bunch of colors on the screen. I know it seems childlike, but I'm trying to explain it to like I'm explaining it to a little kid. But let me just break down exactly what you guys are seeing on the screen so it could just make so much more sense. Essentially, Here is a snippet of the thumbnail clip. This is where you guys get that main clip that people are clicking on the video for. You show a little bit in the intro, and then you immediately start your commentary in your intro. And the intro could sound something like, hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Karen Central. In today's video, we're gonna be checking out some more crazy Karen clips. And then you jump right into the commentary about the first clip. And you pretty much just say, and this first clip is absolutely wild. This Karen decides to have a little meltdown because blah, 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 blah. And you basically just storytell. And then you show the first best clip. And it says first best, second best, third best. Now, why does it say that? Essentially, the way this method works is, besides having the thumbnail clip at the end, which is the main reason why people are clicking on the video, to keep the viewer retained as much as possible, you want to organize the clips from most interesting to least interesting. And this is just up to your opinion. As you're organizing all of your clips, you're going to be finding clips you like a lot. So put those more in the beginning to have the viewer engaged the longest. And then put the least interesting clips in the end. They should still be interesting, but they're just least interesting comparable to the beginning clips. And then it just pretty much goes first best clip, second best clip, third best, fourth best, fifth best. You keep going all the way on until you reach that thumbnail clip. So let me break this down once again to you. It is the snippet of the thumbnail clip. So if the Karen is getting slapped, you want to have maybe a little argument before she gets slapped, and you put that in your thumbnail before she gets slapped. Then you have the intro, which is, hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Then you talk about the first clip, which is the best first Karen clip. Show it. Then you talk about the second best Karen clip. You show it. Then you talk about the third best Karen clip. You show it. And you're basically just storytelling each clip. And then you keep going, like I said, until you reach the thumbnail clip. And then at the end is your outro, pretty much saying, thank you so much for watching. If you guys want more content like this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Something like that. Now, like I said, guys, I know this looks absolutely childlike and it looks absolutely stupid from your perspective probably, but I really just wanted to break this down because I spent so much time on this winning method, but people really don't understand how to organize clips. Sometimes people put the thumbnail clip, the main clip, in the beginning. And then after a lot of people watch that clip, the retention drops and then it makes their video suck. To keep the viewer engaged the longest and make them watch the entire way, you show it at the end. That way new viewers have no idea when the clip is going to be shown, but in reality it's at the end of the video. And by then you already got all of their watch time and all of their retention. But you still don't want them to be absolutely bored in the beginning because they're going to be like, hey, this is not what I clicked on for. Why is this random clip showing? But it's actually a really good, interesting clip, which is why it should be the best clip out of all of them. And before he's about to click off, he's like, wait a minute, this second clip is also pretty interesting. And he'll pretty much find himself watching the entire video and then bam, the thumbnail clip, the reason he clicked on the video is at the end there waiting for him. I've spent so much time messing around with different ways to capture a viewer, keep him on the video the longest. This is the best way I found out. You guys can also mess around. You guys can put the thumbnail clip in the middle. You guys can show the best clip at the end. You guys can put the worst clip in the beginning. Whatever you guys want to do. Just, it made more sense for me to do it this way. And I've made thousands of videos with this exact layout. And it's just proven to work for me clearly. But I think I spent enough time on this, on the winning method. Let me jump into something really important, which is commentary. So I can show you guys exactly what you're going to be talking about in each of these parts. Alright guys, now about the software called Audacity, I just want to give you guys a little quick tutorial on how to use it. It is very simple. And if you guys are commentating in a place that has a lot of noise, there are little tricks you guys can do to get rid of that noise. I'm just going to be showing you. So essentially, once you guys open it up, it should just be right like this. And that's how you record. And as you guys can see, it's working. It's picking up my voice, but it doesn't matter. But the first thing you should do before you start commentating is give your mic 5 seconds of breathing room. Let it just pick up the noise of the room. Don't say a single thing because you're going to need that at the end. Let me show you. Now you guys can start commentating. Why is this important? Because you want your mic to pick up the noise in the room, and then you can get rid of that with something I'm just going to show you right now. So let's just pause this video. So what you guys are going to do now is go over here, drag this part because this is just the noise of my room. Drag it, effect, noise removal, noise reduction. Get noise profile. Now it's basically like, okay, I captured the noise in this. What do you want me to do with it? Now you're going to double tap or double click, go back to effect, noise removal, noise reduction. Okay. And as you guys seen, something changed a bit, but it got rid of all of the noise in my room. It could be a fan. It could be my computer being too loud. It could even be some people talking in the background that are pretty distant. You should still be in a quiet place when you're recording, but it can still get rid of a lot and it can actually make your voice a lot more professional. Now, after you guys have this entire file saved, you just want to go back to File, Export Audio, and save it as is. Save it as file 1, whatever it is, and then just export it, and then you'll have it there in your files, and you guys can drag this audio into, let me just cancel this, I don't want to save it, into here. And essentially, that is what I'm going to do. So the next part, guys, I'm actually going to get ready and start commentating. I'm going to state my intro, and I'm going to start talking in between each of the clips. And I'm going to bring that file back over here and show you guys exactly how I'm going to edit the video. Alright guys, now we're going to be talking about commentary and how to commentate. But essentially, you're just storytelling about what is going on in the clip. And the best way I can visualize this for you is imagine you guys had an experience outside and you want to go home and tell your friends and family about it. How would you guys tell your friends and family about an experience you just saw? That is the exact same thing what you're doing on here. So essentially, this guy in this first clip, this Karen, you could say, got really mad this guy was taking off his shirt and he was flexing, even though in the picture, this guy wasn't allowed to be flexing in the camera. So you're pretty much going to be explaining, hey guys, in this first clip, this Karen got really upset at this gym goer for flexing on camera even though he wasn't allowed to be flexing. Do you guys agree with this Karen or not? Leave your comments down below. Bam, you show the clip. Then the next one, this woman is having a fit at this coach and they go back and forth, blah, blah, blah. And you're explaining basically for 10 seconds what is going on in the clip. It is really that simple. A rule of thumb though is the longer the clip, the longer your commentary should be. At least 1/3 of the clip's length should be your commentary. So if a clip is 1 minute long, commentate for at least 1/3 of that, which is about 20 seconds worth. The shorter the clip, the shorter the commentary should be. So I would be commentating a lot for clips like these, but the shorter the clip, I'd probably commentate less. This, I'd commentate even less. Then I go back to more, and then this one is a really long clip. I will probably break this in the middle, probably somewhere around there, commentate in between. Say something crazy that she's doing, express my opinion about why she's wrong or what's going on, and then let the clip proceed on. And then I talk about the next clip, which is the winning clip. Before you start commentating, you should be knowing exactly what's going on in every single one of these clips. A lot of people like to overthink this part. They like to have a script in front of them that they're reading off of. I think that just comes off as very robotic and it'll really show in the video. You don't want to seem like you're reading off something. You want to actually seem like you're storytelling. This does take some time to learn. The faster you learn this, the faster the viewer will be engaged and the faster your channel can grow. But it is something you have to overcome, especially if you're like some of an introvert and you're not used to talking out loud very often. In the beginning, it took me so long to break through this. And if you guys do want a commentary lesson, like how I learned to commentate, how I got good at it, some little quick tips I learned along the way to learn how to commentate, let me know. I will gladly give you guys a little course on that. I'll make a little 10-minute video explaining on best things to do when commentating. But essentially, guys, I think you guys get the point. Now at this part, I am going to start the commentary. So I'm going to have to shut this off and restart it afterwards. Alright now guys, in this part of the course, I'm going to be showing you literally live on how I commentate and what I'm going to say in each clip. Originally, I wanted to skip this part out and show you guys the final product, but I think it would be more useful for you guys to visually see me commentate so you guys can replicate it as well on your own. I already have Audacity loading over here, so I am just going to start commentating right now, as well as I already have the short clip of the thumbnail clip in the beginning, just 5 seconds of it. So now I can just jump into my intro and then start commentating on this clip. Anyways, I'm going to start going into recording mode and here I go. Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to Karen Freakouts. Now like always guys, in today's video, I got some more clips of Karens going absolutely wild. My favorite clip though will be at the end, so stay tuned for that. But in this first one, it is absolutely insane. There is this insane Karen in this parking lot who thinks she's above the law. It is literally a one-way, yet she believes she's allowed to enter it. And this guy is in the wrong and he's supposed to move. What's even more hilarious is how she is cursing up a huge storm trying to scare this man, but all she's looking like is just stupid. She's cursing up a huge storm, but all she looks like is just absolutely stupid. Check it out. In this next one, guys, we have this man over here who I guess is the Karen, who is yelling at this man for recording in the locker room. Now, guys, I actually have to side with this Karen on this. If there is a rule that says you cannot record, then you shouldn't record. This man isn't a Karen for enforcing the rules. But let me know your thoughts. In this next one, we have this woman looking like she's having a mental freak out in this Victoria's Secret store. Or I'm not sure what store it is. But thankfully to this woman recording. But originally this woman was about to hit her, but thankfully she was recording. And then she ended up breaking down mid-clip. Check it out. Yeah, at this point, I'm not sure what to say about this. It looks like she's having a mental breakdown like a toddler. She's literally collapsing on the floor. and mall security needs to come ASAP to kick her out. But it doesn't end here. Check out the rest of the clip. In this next one, I guess we have this waitress who was absolutely having a meltdown over these people who ordered the wrong drink. Now I understand how annoying customers can be, but for you to flip out like this is still unnecessary in my opinion. And if you don't like the customers, I think you should just tell the manager. But check out the clip. And this next one, this woman is flipping out because someone keeps cooking. And this next one, this woman is flipping out because this kid keeps kicking her chair. Wait, did I read that correctly? Right. And this next one, this woman is flipping out because someone keeps kicking her chair. I think she has a right to recline her chair, but let me know what you guys think. And this next one, we have this Karen flipping out over this man for carrying his little doggy on this train. Now, if I'm not mistaken, guys, you're allowed to do this as long as the dog is on the leash. And it's not even a big dog. It's a pretty small dog. But I think she's more racist than anything. But let me know what you guys think. And this next one, we have this racist Karen over here who is trying to get this dog killed. I know that sounds pretty insane, but just hear me out. At a certain part of the clip, she starts calling the dog to the street. And you'll just see exactly what I mean. Now, this is where in the clip, guys, where she starts calling the dog to the street. And I'm like, there's no way you don't belong in a mental asylum after this. Like, what did the dog even do to you? But clearly, some Karens are just so angry, they can't even control their emotions. In this next one, we have this woman absolutely flipping out, and thankfully this man was recording everything. She came back and forth from the car. She came back and forth to the car like a million times, and it always seems like she had more to say. But it definitely seems like she was on something, because this is not a normal or typical freak out. You'll see exactly what I mean. Do you guys see how many times she's walking back and forth? And guys, it doesn't end here. It does get much worse throughout the clip. And at some point, I'm like, this guy either just needs to drive away, call the police, or roll up his window at least. Because this, even though she's a woman, is still pretty frightening. And this next one, I guess we have this woman just super mad that this man is recording her. Now, of course, some people just don't like when they're... some people don't like when they're being recorded. So I do think to an extent this may be a reasonable crash out, but let me know what you guys think. Now finally guys, in my favorite clip, we have this woman absolutely going crazy where she starts laying her hands on this man in Dunkin' Donuts, but thankfully she got a taste of equality. This man decides to hit her right back, and of course I can't show that part of the clip due to YouTube guidelines, and I just do not want to get terminated, but check out the rest of the clip. Yeah, that was totally uncalled for, and I would have just called the cops immediately. But that does do it for this Karen video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys want more Karen content just like this, please click subscribe and like the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And that's it. Okay. That may be a little bit weird. I'm not sure if any of you guys are still watching, but that is exactly how I commentate. There are moments where I'm not saying something correctly, and it's perfectly fine to mess up. But I'm just going along the way. I'm just storytelling. And I've been doing this for so long, so obviously I'm used to it. And originally, it might take you guys, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes to get through one video. But that is exactly how I do it. But for now, I'm going to get this audio file. I'm going to, fix it up, clean it up, and I'm going to drag it into Sony Vegas, and I'm going to show you guys what happens afterwards. So, alright guys, I just finished recording that Karen video, and as you guys see here, this is the entire audio for the Karen video. It is just one large file, as well as here is the clips I just reviewed. Now, obviously, it's not done yet. What I'm going to be doing now, and I'll be showing you guys in the next part, is I will be trimming out every single gap you see here. That is all. So up until this point, you guys should be doing the exact same with your audio file, unless you guys recorded each one separately, which I know is a different method, but I think that's more annoying. I know a lot of YouTubers who record one part, save the file, another part, save the file, another part, save the file, and then they just draw everything in. I don't do that. I do everything in one large raw file, and I cut up every single thing. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be listening to my audio. I'm going to be cutting out any parts that I messed up on. I'm going to be mainly the gaps. I'm literally just cutting out each gap, and just S, which is cut, S, cut, delete. Same thing here, S, S, delete. And I'm just doing that the entire time until I have it all compacted, and then I'm going to listen to the audio file, and I'm going to separate each part I am talking, and I'm going to leave some gaps. That may still sound confusing, but I'm going to show you guys exactly how the final product is going to look like in the next part. Alright guys, it's been around 10-15 minutes. I am now done editing this audio file. I'll give you guys a quick listen. Here we go. Well, you guys have the intro. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Karen Freakouts. Now, like always, guys, in today's video, I got some more clips of Karens going absolutely wild. My favorite clip, though, will be at the end, so stay tuned for that. But in this first one, it is absolutely insane. There is this insane Karen in this parking lot who thinks she's above the law. Okay, I'll stop it there before I get any more deeper into it. Basically, so I just decided to edit it, and this is the next clip, and this is the next clip, and this is the next clip, and this is the next clip. And I just fixed all the gaps. So now all I have to do up until this point is I grab the entire audio file and it's going to fit neatly like a puzzle piece. This is remember how I said this is the thumbnail clip? Then the intro starts. And then I start commentating. Then I show the first clip. And then I commentate again. I show the second clip. And then I commentate again. And then I show the third. I commentate again, and I keep going. I keep going. And it's going to keep fitting, right? Make sure the audio levels are not too high. You want to make sure all the audio files are around the same level as your own voice. Keep going. And I don't mean to breeze through this, but it's very, very simple up until this point. Because you're 90% done with the video, actually. You're pretty much done. Recording was probably the hardest part. We'll be finding the clips. Here, we're almost done. There, and then bam. Look at that, guys. 10 minutes and 30-second video, and there was around 7.5 minutes of clips. But I'm going to give you guys a quick example of the beginning. I know it's still black where my voice is, but I'm going to fill that in right now. I'm going to show you guys how I do it. I want to show you guys exactly how the clip looks like so far.
Sorry, but I would like you to leave it.
Don't you ever tell me.
I'm a minor!
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Karen Freakouts. Now, like always, guys, in today's video, I got some more clips of Karens going absolutely wild. My favorite clip, though, will be at the end, so stay tuned for that. But in this first, you guys get it. You guys already heard that part. Now, Shaq, how do you fill in the black parts, right? This is up to your opinion, but the way I like to do it is I like the intro to be a little bit of a compilation of all the clips in the video. So basically, I'll get maybe copy this, and I'll paste it here real quick. And I'll cut this out for a little bit. And I'll do that. I am just getting rid of the audio file. So all you see is the video of the clips that I'm going to be reviewing. So
Sorry, but I would like you to leave it.
Don't you ever tell me.
I'm a minor!
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Karen Freakouts. Now, you see that? Like, I'm just commentating part of it. Maybe I could extend this a little bit. And then I'm going to get the next clip. Another random clip. Paste that in there. Close it out. So I have one clip here, 2 clips. And I could still get a couple more. 3 clips maybe. Up until I start talking about this clip. Or the next clip here. Okay. Okay. So now we're pretty much good. Let's give it a quick listen. And then I'm going to start pasting these clips in between the black gaps. So if I'm talking about this clip, I'm going to be pasting this over here. And if I'm talking about this clip, I'm going to be pasting this over here. So let me actually do that right now so I could give a better example. Bam. And I'm going to do this with this one. Bam. I'm going to do this with this one. Bam. And I'm going to do this with this one. I'm just going to keep doing it along the way, guys. Bam. I'm going to do this with this. I'd rather show you guys exactly how it's being done. So you don't get confused, even though it may be a longer tutorial video. Come on. Bam. Almost done. We're almost there. Once again, this video should have been 30 minutes long, but I didn't want to do all this for 30 minutes because it may be confusing or overcomplicated. But it did take me... Oh, let me undo that real quick. Paste. Okay, we're almost there. Bam. This here. Bam. This one here. Bam. And I think we're... Oh, we have one more. It's not exactly, so I'll paste it twice. Exit out, and then I'll do it again for the outro. So now I know it's over talking where I'm talking, so I'm gonna quiet this down. I'm gonna quiet this down. I'm gonna quiet this down. That way, it's only you can hear my commentary. I'm gonna show you guys the final product in a bit. I'm gonna quiet these down exactly where I'm talking. Quiet them down, so that way it doesn't over talk the clip. Quiet down. I just need literally just a picture to get to fill in the black gap. You know, this down. Quiet this down. Quiet this down. Quiet this down. Oh, there's some more here. Quiet that, and quiet that. Now, before we can actually, listen to it, there is one little extra detail I want to add. Basically, guys, I actually have here. This is a green screen recording icon thing. I downloaded this from YouTube. Let me show you guys how I got that real quick. It's a recording camera green screen. It's this video right here. I got it. I downloaded it. You can do this on your phone as well. I believe CapCut has a green screen effect. Basically, then I drag it. I drag it on top to where I'm talking. That way, people know when I'm commentating, and it's fairly obvious. And it actually gives like a really, really cool effect. Like I'm actually there, rather than it just being no design. It's just a small little feature I like adding. Makes the channel a little bit more professional rather than it just being blank. You don't have to do this. Not a lot of YouTubers do this. I just like doing it because I like being a little bit extra. You guys can completely ignore this step. The video will still look perfectly fine. Let me just finish it up and you guys will see the finished product. Here we go. Okay. This was already done for me because I use this a lot. But let me show you guys exactly how the green screen effect works. Go to Video Effects, type in green screen. My computer is so slow right now. Here it is. It's called Chroma Key. Like I said, I believe CapCut and other softwares have this. It's not a hard thing to get on your software. So you basically grab this and you drag it over your green screen, and then it gives it the effect. It's already added, so it's not gonna really do anything if you don't have it. Here it is, on, off, on, off. You guys can see in the background there. This is how it was, the actual video file. And then when I added that little feature, I dragged it here. Once again, let me show you guys. I grab this and I drag it over, and it gives the effect. And like I said, it's just a cool little effect that lets me know when I'm commentating. But let me show you guys the final product. I'm gonna let it run for a bit and skip over certain parts.
Sorry, but I would like you to leave it.
Don't you ever tell me.
I'm a minor!
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Karen Freakouts. Now, like always, guys, in today's video, I got some more clips of Karen's going absolutely wild. My favorite clip, though, will be at the end, so stay tuned for that. But in this first one, it is absolutely insane. There is this insane Karen in this parking lot who thinks she's above the law. It is literally a one-way, yet she believes she's allowed to enter it, and this guy is in the wrong and he's supposed to move. What's even more hilarious is how she is cursing up a huge storm trying to scare this man, but all she looks like is just absolutely stupid. Check it out. There we go.
Look behind you!
And let's say we go to the end here. In this next one, guys, we have this man over here who I guess is the Karen, who is yelling at this man for recording in the locker room. Now, guys, I actually have to side with this Karen on this. If there is a rule that says you cannot record, then you shouldn't record. This man isn't a Karen for enforcing the rules. But let me know your thoughts.
Free zone. See the sign?
I'm gonna show the entire clip, and that's the next video over here. In this next one, we have this woman looking like she's having a mental freak out in this Victoria's Secret store, or I'm not sure what store it is. But originally, this woman was about to hit her, but thankfully she was recording. And then I even talk in between this clip over here. Yeah, at this point, I'm not sure what to say about this. It looks like she's having a mental breakdown like a toddler. She's literally collapsing on the floor, and mall security needs to come ASAP to kick her out. But it doesn't end here. Check out the rest of the clip. And I keep doing that, guys, and I keep doing it all the way until the end. Like I said, this video is 10 minutes and 30 seconds long. It is complete. There is nothing else you need to do. You can add cool sound effects in between transitions from one clip to another. You can get really creative with it, right? But this is the basic foundation of what a video needs, or at least like these reaction videos needs. It's not too complicated, and as long as you're adding this much commentary, it's sufficient enough. You're not going to get screwed with YouTube. They're not going to take down your channel for this. You're not going to fall into any copyright. This is perfectly allowed. A bunch of other YouTubers do this. I showed you guys how to find the clips and everything. But yeah, for those who really want to know how this final product ended up, I'm going to render this video out and I'm going to post it as the next video on the series. That way you guys can understand how the final product looks. But the course does not end here, obviously. There are still more details like, you know, making the thumbnail and other details like uploading that I have to still go over. Let's jump into that right away.
Sorry, but I would like you to leave it.
Don't you ever tell me.
I'm a minor.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Karen Freakouts. Now, like always, guys, in today's video, I got some more clips of Karens going absolutely wild. My favorite clip, though, will be at the end, so stay tuned for that. But in this first one, it is absolutely insane. There is this insane Karen in this parking lot who thinks she's above the law. It is literally a one-way, yet she believes she's allowed to enter it, and this guy is in the wrong and he's supposed to move. What's even more hilarious is how she is cursing up a huge storm trying to scare this man, but all she looks like is just absolutely stupid. Check it out.
Look behind me.
Barstool 49ers, baby.
It's a one-way.
Okay, just move around. I was literally parking right there.
Where?
You were sitting here if you would have moved around instead of trying to prove a point.
You're trying to prove a point.
No, I'm
You're
not.
going the wrong way. You're holding up the line. There's no parking spot.
Move around.
Where are you gonna
You're
go?
holding up the line.
Where are
Move
you?
around. There's two fucking lanes.
Am I in the wrong? Am I in the wrong?
Nah.
I got two people agreeing with me over here that
I
I'm
don't
in
give
the
a
right.
fuck who's agreeing with you. I could be agreeing with you. I don't care.
In this next one, guys, we have this man over here who I guess is the Karen, who is yelling at this man for recording in the locker room. Now, guys, I actually have to side with this Karen on this. If there is a rule that says you cannot record, then you shouldn't record. This man isn't a Karen for enforcing the rules. But let me know your thoughts.
Free zone. See the sign? Paparazzi free zone. No photos or videos in the locker room, please. Do that shit at home, man. What? You can do that shit at home, man. It's the gym. With the tripod and all that.
This is locker room, bro.
You can do that shit at home, bro.
I can do here
You can
too.
do that shit at home because look, you disturbing your shit now. Now you gotta make another video.
Yo, good morning, bro. How everything? It's
Well,
really
do that
early.
shit at home. This ain't for that. Paparazzi free zone. See the sign? Paparazzi free zone. No photos or videos in the locker room, please. Thank you.
Have a good day.
In this next one, we have this woman looking like she's having a mental freak out in this Victoria's Secret store, or I'm not sure what store it is. But originally this woman was about to hit her, but thankfully she was recording, and then she ended up breaking down mid-clip. Check it out.
My God! Oh my God! Do you see this? Oh my God! I never thought nothing like this would happen to me. She just tried to run and hit me, and now she. Did you see her? This is crazy. Oh.
Yeah, at this point, I'm not sure what to say about this. It looks like she's having a mental breakdown like a toddler. She's literally collapsing on the floor, and mall security needs to come ASAP to kick her out. But it doesn't end here. Check out the rest of the clip.
You keep lying saying I'm threatening you, so I'm recording to protect myself. Look. Get away from me! Oh, y'all better get this lady!
In this next one, I guess we have this waitress who is absolutely having a meltdown over these people who ordered the wrong drink. Now, I understand how annoying customers can be, but for you to flip out like this is still unnecessary in my opinion. And if you don't like the customers, I think you should just tell the manager. But check out the clip.
If y'all wanted a water refill, we want y'all waters. How am I supposed to know you want a Sprite? Just like she told me she wanted to, just like they told me they wanted down she told me she wanted that little sweetheart. If you want to Sprite, I can't read your mind. I came up here many times, back and forth. I came up here back and forth many times trying to figure out what he wanted, was the day free or anything. I came back up here many times with like, I'm
this next one, this woman is flipping out because someone keeps kicking her chair. I think she has a right to recline her chair, but let me know what you guys think.
Whole trip, she pushed my seat. No, you seen it. No, she didn't. She put no. I'm allowed to put my seat back. I'm allowed to put my seat back. I'm allowed to put my seat back.
And this next one, we have this Karen flipping out over this man for carrying his little doggy on this train. Now, if I'm not mistaken, guys, you're allowed to do this as long as the dog is on the leash. And it's not even a big dog. It's a pretty small dog. But I think she's more racist than anything. But let me know what you guys think.
Dog has to be in a dog area. You cannot have a dog.
And this next one, we have this racist Karen over here who is trying to get this dog killed. I know that sounds pretty insane, but just hear me out. At a certain part of the clip, she starts calling the dog to the street, and you'll just see exactly what I mean.
Have you never heard of a leash in the city? Really? Really? Okay, we'll wait for the police to clear it up.
Yeah, go call him. Karen, please, Karen, call him. Karen, get your phone down and call the police.
I'm just waiting for him to come by.
And which country should I go back to, Karen? Huh? Say it. Now you cat got your tongue?
Check out my tongue?
Oh, yeah?
Really?
Yeah.
Edit it out. Go ahead, edit.
Edit what out?
Come on, puppy!
What about no?
Come on! You know, that's incredible. I'm just passing by, and
Now this is where in the clip, guys, where she starts calling the dog to the street, and I'm like, there's no way you don't belong in a mental asylum after this. Like, what did the dog even do to you? But clearly, some Karens are just so angry, they can't even control their emotions.
actually trying to instigate a dog to the middle of a highway? What kind of problem do you have, lady? Like, seriously, put it out there. Put it out there that you can walk around without your dog on a leash. You know what? Put it out there that you can insult someone of Asian descent, and then also try.
In this next one, we have this woman absolutely flipping out, and thankfully this man was recording everything. She came back and forth to the car like a million times, and it always seems like she had more to say. But it definitely seems like she was on something, because this is not a normal or typical freak out. You'll see exactly what I mean.
Come on!
Get away from
really,
my car.
you? Boy? Get out of your car, boy! Son!
Go somewhere, crazy.
No, I'm not crazy. Get out of your car now.
You don't
Yeah,
want me to
eating your McDonald's?
You don't
Get
want
out
me
of
to
your
go
car,
there.
asshole!
get your order straight.
Come on. Come on now. I'm so ready to fight club this shit. Let's go. Come on.
No.
Come on. Oh,
no.
pussy. Pussy. You're a fucking pussy. Get a degree. Go to school.
I am what I
Go
eat.
to school.
I am what I eat. You see my car
Eating
versus your car.
McDonald's? You're eating McDonald's? Go to school.
You see my car versus your
Go
car.
to-
Bye.
Do you guys see how many times she's walking back and forth? And guys, it doesn't end here. It does get much worse throughout the clip. And at some point, I'm like, this guy either just needs to drive away, call the police, or roll up his window at least. Because this, even though she's a woman, is still pretty frightening.
Bye.
Make $1 million a year, you
But you eat at
fucking
McDonald's.
son. No, I'm not eating at McDonald's. I was getting a coffee at McDonald's. You?
That's not
$2
eating.
bill?
That's not eating. Take your ass on.
Get out of your car, pussy. Get
Go
out of
home.
your car.
Go
I'm
home.
here. No,
Go home.
come on.
Go home, Miss
Come on.
Washington. Take your ass home.
Come on. No, get your ass out of your car. Are you gonna post this? Because you look like a pussy right now. A pussy with your Get a degree. Go to school. Go to school. Oh, I'm putting it on the internet. Really?
And this next one, I guess we have this woman just super mad that this man is recording her. Now, of course, some people don't like when they're being recorded. So I do think to an extent this may be a reasonable crash out. But let me know what you guys think.
Stop videotaping. Let's go.
You mad? Stay mad.
She's videotaping.
It doesn't matter. She has all the right to video.
Stop videotaping. Let's go.
Now finally, guys, in my favorite clip, we have this woman absolutely going crazy where she starts laying her hands on this man in Dunkin' Donuts, but thankfully she got a taste of equality. This man decides to hit her right back, and of course I can't show that part of the clip due to YouTube guidelines, and I just do not want to get terminated, but check out the rest of the clip.
Sorry, but I would like you to leave it.
Don't you ever tell me.
I'm a minor. I'm a minor. You just assaulted a minor, lady. You just assaulted a minor and I defended myself.
Stop, no. What the fuck are you doing? Cry your bitch ass a river. Come here.
Yeah, that was totally uncalled for, and I would have just called the cops immediately. But that does do it for this Karen video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys want more Karen content just like this, please click subscribe and like the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright guys, so the next part of this course is actually creating the thumbnail, and I do want to spend some extra time explaining this part because even though I did say that watch time and audience retention is very important, your thumbnail is pretty much up there exactly with it. After making a ton of videos, I will easily say that even though I've had videos perform horribly, like 30% audience retention, people not really being interested, the video still did perform pretty well because the thumbnail was just amazing. Of course, if the thumbnail was amazing and the video was also good, it would have probably made even more views. But it still goes to show how a good thumbnail can carry a video so heavily. And like I said, guys, you don't really need a computer for this or a Photoshop software. I'm going to be using my editing software to make the thumbnail. So if you guys have an editing software or if you're on your phone and you're using some photo app, that's perfectly fine. You don't got to spend thousands of dollars or any money at all to have someone make your thumbnails for you. But let's get started. So if you guys do remember during the course, I did save this thumbnail from one of the YouTubers. This thumbnail performed exceptionally well because his video ended up blowing up. So I am going to be using this thumbnail even though it was not present in my video. And you guys can say, yo, Shaq, isn't that just clickbaiting? But this Karen channel has been doing it pretty much for every single video. None of these videos, I even checked them out, are in the thumbnail. He's literally lying to everyone, but guess what? It's still accumulating thousands of views. And instead of me just trying to be a goody two-shoes, I'm gonna replicate what he's doing. So what we're gonna do first is, I don't like how blurry this picture is, so I'm gonna try defining it or upscaling the picture by using this free website. It's called Cutout Pro. I'll leave a link to it. It's just an upscaling software. It makes the picture look nicer. So I'm just gonna drag it right into here, and there's two different modes that it offers you. You can see the little clarity, and basically it gets rid of the blurriness, and it's a free software, and you don't see it a big effect right now, but if you're using this a bunch of times and you have a bunch of different images with people's faces, it'll help out immensely, and I'll show you guys. And honestly, I think I'm gonna choose this one. So now guys, after I do download it, here it is. I'm just gonna drag it and bring it into my editing software. Now I'm not gonna affect this picture too much, and I'm just gonna pretty much reuse it, and I'm just gonna add a little detail, nothing crazy. So basically I'm just gonna be adding this little detail. It's just an arrow pointing it at the guy. This I just got from Google, guys. It's a transparent arrow, that's all. And I'm gonna be using my editing software to pretty much make the picture. I don't need Photoshop for this. I'm not gonna spend money on Photoshop for this. And point it at her like that. Nothing crazy. After I do this, I will pretty much save the photo, and bam, here's the final picture that I will just upload. Now, I know you guys are gonna say, yo, isn't this just copying everyone else? Will this really work? Yes, it will. Let me show you. Do you guys remember this Alpha Central channel that I showed you guys that's copying everyone's thumbnails and videos? Let me show you guys this thumbnail he created. Let me copy it, paste it into here. There we go. This was the thumbnail he made. This is the thumbnail that was the original. It was 2 months ago. His was 1 month ago. He literally just got rid of this person's text and he added his own. This guy reused the entire thumbnail. Now, I could technically add text to this, but none of the Karen channels are adding text. So there's no reason for me to do that. And I'm just gonna add my little minimal detail, which is this arrow, and clearing up the picture a bit, and that is all. At the end of the day, it really just comes down to your niche, so don't overthink it. It'll still get a lot of views even when you do reuse someone else's thumbnail. So the second way, and the more authentic way to make a thumbnail, this is the one I prefer. I actually use a clip within the video I am reviewing and make a thumbnail out of that. So if you guys recall, this was the clip where the guy was hitting the Karen. This is the actual clip, and I'm just gonna make a thumbnail out of this. It is incredibly blurry, but what I'm gonna do here is I see this frame, this guy's about to hit her. I'm gonna screenshot this frame. I just pressed Shift Alt S and I get the picture. I'm gonna save it. There is one frame. I need one more. Probably maybe her getting scared. That looks like a good one right there. And I'm gonna press Shift Alt S. Save the picture. Now I have both pictures. Now what am I gonna do next? I'm gonna bring those both pictures out over here. As you guys see, these are the both pics. I'm going to overlay them. This is on the top, this is on the bottom, it doesn't matter. And I'm gonna move this one to the left a little bit. All right, I ended up getting a different picture because this one was really bad. So I'm actually gonna mess around with this image a bit more. I'm gonna move it to the left, like that. Maybe clear this up. Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna drag this one over here under it, but I'm gonna mess around with this one. So I'm gonna go here to the right. And now that looks a little bit better. I'm gonna zoom into it. Maybe go up a bit. There. Now this looks like he's actually hitting her. Okay. I'm gonna save this image right here because I'm not done with it just yet. I'm gonna bring it back into this upscaling software because the image is very blurry. So I'm gonna see if this upscaling software can help it out a tad bit. I uploaded it in and let's see what it does to it. Maybe it enhanced the color a bit, anything. Yeah. You can see this one's a bit more defined. I'm gonna download it and I'm gonna run it right back into the software because I just wanna enhance it again. There, and I'm just gonna download it. Now, even though this picture is a little bit better, there's still text on the bottom here. I don't like it, and I don't think it makes the image look professional. I want to get rid of that text. How do I do that? I use this new software. This one costs money, but you guys don't need to get it. You guys can upload it with just this on the bottom. This is around $10 a month. I got the unlimited package for a year. I am not shilling this to you guys in any way. I don't get money from this website, but I'm gonna show you guys what it does so maybe you guys can feel more encouraged to get it. It's the only thing I pay for throughout my entire YouTube experience. This is my only expense. Everything else is pretty much for free. I'm gonna grab this picture, drag it into here, and I'm going to erase the bottom here. And all I'm gonna tell it to do is clear this, I don't want it's in caps, clear this up. And I'm gonna show you guys how cool it is. Give it a couple seconds. It's loading up 4 images. There we go. As you guys can see, it made their feet look a little bit different. It's the power of AI, I guess. And I think it looks better. And it got rid of the other part, so let's download that. Now at this point, I'm just gonna grab it again, drag it right into my editing software once again. I'm just gonna zoom in a bit more. And I'm gonna add my arrow. That is all. This would be a thumbnail. And this is a more accurate thumbnail of what's going on in my video. So people who are saying, yo, you clickbaited, this one wouldn't be clickbait. Now for this final thumbnail, I want to switch things up. I don't want to make it about this guy hitting a woman or anybody getting hit. And I actually want to show someone's face because faces do get more clicks. So here we have this video that I edited before and I paid attention to it. And there's actually a really good Karen clip in here that I forgot to really show you guys. And it's this one. If you guys recall, I actually reviewed this clip and I like her facial expression. She looks super mad. So I'm going to clip up her facial expressions and make it into a thumbnail. So here I am just trying to find a good frame. It looks pretty good. This one seems all right to me. I'm going to screenshot it. And now let me find one with her actually blowing up. Here's this one. I like this facial expression a lot, but her face is cut off. I'm gonna fix that and I'm gonna show you guys. Here, I'm gonna drag it here, grab it here, and save it. And I'm gonna go back into my editing. I'm gonna drag the photos, and I'm just gonna organize the photo again. I'm gonna put this one in the front, zoom into it a bit. And don't worry about the black gaps. I'm not gonna zoom in too much on her face. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I'm gonna do next. And I'm gonna get this one, drag it here. And I want to zoom in a lot on hers because her facial expression really is good. Okay, and I'm going to just max it out like that. I'm going to leave a big gap. You're going to see exactly why I'm leaving that gap. There. I'm just going to leave this as is. I'm going to save this image. You'll see why. Now I'm going to go back into my upscaling software, upscale that image I just saved. Give it time. And you can immediately see, by the way, a complete difference between this and that. Let me just do a different version. Let me see how the other one looks. There. Wow. I like this one more. This one's very blurry, but I like this one. I'm going to save that. And I'm going to go back to this software, drag it in, and I'm like, yo, there's these gaps. What do I do? I'm just going to tell the software to fill the gaps for me. Oh, sorry about that. Camera died. But anyways, I'm going to just tell the software to fill the gaps for me like this without too much of her face there. And I'm literally going to type fill in the gaps in the image. That's all. Click generate. See? It already filled in the rest of her face, kind of. And it did it in a really good way. I like... I like this one. I'm going to save this. I'm going to save it, drag it again into the same software. This time, I'm going to change up her hair. I don't like the way her hair looks. I want it more Karen-like. Yeah, it's dirty. Yeah, it's messy, but... let me add some more details here. Change her hair. That's all. I can be more specific, the color I want, blah, 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 but I'm not. Now we're starting to get more of the Karen vibe here. Wow, I like this one a lot, but I want to change the color. Let's change it to like purple. Change hair to purple. Let me see if it actually does that correctly. Yeah, that's perfect. Honestly, I might have liked the pink one a little bit more. Yeah, I like the pink more. I'm gonna stick with the pink. just for now. I don't like her outfit though. I think her outfit's garbage. Looks like homeless. So I'm going to change that. And I'm going to tell it to actually make her classy. Be very careful with the software, guys, by the way, because you can tell it pretty much anything and it'll do it. That's all I'm saying. Be very careful. You guys didn't hear it from me. Change her outfit to classy. I want it classy, more fancy, you know, regardless of what you guys think. Oh, that's a little bit, oh, that's a little bit too professional for me. How about this? Let me do it one more time. Pretty women get clicks. I'm trying to get a lot of clicks here, guys. I'm just going to type that in and let's see what else it gives me. There we go. All right. I like, this was not that bad. This is all right. I'm going to save this. Right? I don't like though how this is right here is weird. But before I separate it, I'm going to re-drag this into Cutout Pro once more and make the picture even more enhanced because it did get blurry over time when you re-edit it. There we go. I like this one. Now I'm going to drag this right back into the editing software and mess around with it a little bit. We have this. You guys can see her face is super enhanced right now. We made it super clear. I'm going to actually make my gap here because I don't like how there's no gap. I'm going to just crop one out, go to the other picture, crop the other out. And now I can just make that little gap. That's all I needed. That's literally all I needed. Now, I'm going to add the arrow. My favorite arrow. Here it is. And I'm going to just show the arrow vertically. There we go. Perfect. Karen having a meltdown. Bam. Let's add that to the collection. Let me show you guys the before and after. I didn't do much editing. I let software do majority of it for me. Here's the before. Here's the after. Right? Like, which one would you guys click on? This one? No. Yeah, everyone's clicking on this video. It has an amazing thumbnail. And it didn't take me much time. It literally took me seconds. But let me see the ones I all have, right? This is the first one I made. The second one I made. The third one I made. Beautiful. Now I get to have a selection from which thumbnail I can choose from when I make my video. Technically, I'm only going to make one thumbnail per video. But I want to show you guys how easy it is and how much thumbnails you guys can use from one topic. Alright, now guys, I'm going to show you guys how you can upload your video after you have your thumbnail and you have your video done. Let's just upload it. Let's go over here, upload it right here. Let me change, obviously, that title. Let me go grab the old title that I liked the other guy had. If you guys recall, this was the title, so I'm going to grab it. That did really well, this title. I'm going to paste it in right here. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to really affect it. I could affect it. I can add a little bit more if I wanted to, but it worked for him. It's going to have to work for me. I'm going to copy this, paste it here. Description, people overthink this. You don't really got to add much. I never really add much to my description. People like putting a lot of meta tags and data, the same keywords a bunch of times. You can get your channel demonetized for that and even kicked off the platform if you overuse that. I just stay away from it completely. I never seen myself need that kind of like strategy. Same with tags. I don't really need to add a bunch of tags. I'm just going to get my title, paste it in here 3 times. That's it. 1, 2, and 3. That's all I did in my video. I don't really add much to my description, my video, and they all perform exceptionally well. People will tell you different. I'm telling you otherwise. You don't need to do it. Now I'm going to go to the upload file, and this is where I got to choose my thumbnail. Now, guys, I made 3 thumbnails. I made 1, 2, 3. Really, I like this one the most. However, it doesn't match the title, so I'm not going to add it. I'm going to add this one, and I'll probably save this one for maybe for another video or whatever it is. But I'm going to add this one because it's the actual thumbnail in the video, and I'm going to upload it. Bam. Karen slaps him, then gets her butt whooped. Here we go. Perfect. Next, add end screens. End screens are very important. I should make a whole separate topic on end screens. People really underestimate this. You can get a lot of viewers like this, but always add end screens. The one I like to choose more is I make my own. Actually, no, I don't. I use this one right here. Best reviewer, most recent, make them zoomed in. At the end, push these to the end as much as possible. Save. Checks. Bam. It's going to be copyright free because I already checked it before. And visibility, I'm going to schedule it out anytime I want, whatever. Now guys, bam, that's really it. I do this once a day. You post 10 of these, make an hour-long compilation later on, you'll get a bunch of views. Just keep this up. After you post it, guys, you see how it does. You pay attention to analytics, the reach, the engagement, see if people really enjoyed it or not. Most likely, they are. But yeah, that's pretty much just how you upload. Super simple. Alright guys, you pretty much made it to the end of this part. This is how I go from coming up with the video idea, finding the clips, commentary, and then uploading it after finishing the thumbnail. I didn't overthink any step. I didn't think that, oh, this thumbnail's not going to perform well. Oh, these clips suck. No, I just kept it going because I understand that I have to keep making more videos every day. And if I keep overthinking each step, I'm never going to post a video. And posting a video is like a lottery ticket. The more videos you keep pushing out, eventually one is going to hit. Eventually. There are still a lot of things I have to go over with you guys. This is just the surface level of YouTube, but this is what you need to get by and start creating content. So up until this point, you should already start making videos, but still pay attention to the other things I'm going to release because you guys still have to figure out on ways to scale more channels after one already works out, how to deal with copyright claim issues. That is pretty annoying. Even copyright strikes. This is also very annoying. But if you guys do at least do this for the next 30 days and make a video a day, I can guarantee you'll probably get monetized and your channel up and going within a month and a half. Now, what can you expect after uploading a couple of videos? This is a question I'm getting a lot from you guys, especially the ones who are excited after uploading their videos and are wondering when are all the views and subs gonna start coming in. So in this little part here, I'm gonna be breaking down to you exactly what's gonna happen after you upload 1 to 10 videos, 10 to 50 videos, and 50 to 100 videos. How will your channel start to look? What can you expect at each milestone? When will you be monetized? How long will it take? I've grown a bunch of channels, obviously, so I'll pretty much tell you guys straight up what to expect at each milestone. So 1 to 10 videos, it is obviously very boring. If this is your first time doing YouTube, you're just getting used to things. You are building a habit. You're probably editing for the first time ever, talking for the first time ever. It is perfectly normal. You are still probably figuring out what niche you want to get into, testing different niches out, testing different videos out, seeing which one is probably getting more views, which one isn't. And you start reanalyzing your older content, meaning let's say you have 10 videos. Look at each video, see which one got the most views and recreate those. Not only recreate them, but make them better, make them longer a bit, maybe make the editing a bit better, maybe the clips a bit funnier or more entertaining. And like I said, you should still be getting used to things. However, you just want to make sure that people are watching your content all the way, making sure that the audience retention for the few people who are actually watching are still watching majority. You should at least be getting a 30% audience retention, meaning if the video is at least 10 minutes, they're at least watching up to 3 minutes. If they're not, you got to kind of rethink your editing, tweaking a bit. And as you guys can see, you should probably start seeing some videos get over 100 views, especially the older ones, and maybe even some of the newer ones. And even though I said 1 to 10 is very boring, it is easily the most important because this is where majority of people give up. They upload 1, 3, 5 videos, see none of them getting any views. They're like, I'm not doing this anymore. It's not like that. With all of my experience doing YouTube, you guys can see that the beginning videos are incredibly boring. I don't get much views in the beginning. Because I stuck to it though, and I started improving each time, I got better. And every single video now is probably getting 7,000, 1,000, 2,000, 6,000 views each time. And I'm just gonna keep making it better each time. So even me with my 10 years of experience, I still deal with some little views. It's perfectly normal. Now 10 to 50 videos, what can you expect at this point? You should have already figured out what kind of niche you're gonna get into, especially if you're at the later end, 40 to 50 videos. If you're still debating what niche you wanna get into, something is terribly wrong. You really gotta look at all of your videos, see which ones got the most views, and really start picking those niches because YouTube is going to give you some free views. You should have already gotten some videos with over 5K views. And in my opinion, if you've done them correctly and reached over 50 videos or around there, you should have gone around 1,000 subs and be fully monetized with the 4,000 watch hours not being a problem, especially if you guys use my tip on making hour-long videos of your current content. Trust me, that tip really works. I've literally grown every single channel super fast just using that. Also, it should take you guys around 2 months if you guys are planning to post daily or have been posting daily. I mean, just think about it, 30 days in a month, you're probably uploading 30 times. Within less than 2 months, you should have already gotten 50 videos if you are super dedicated to this. At this point, you should also be seeing every single video get well over 1,000 views, and you should probably maybe making a bit of money off this. Maybe like $500, $300, $700 a month. And if your channel is doing very well over 1,000. Also, at this point, you should be recreating content that is already working on your channel. So like I said, once again, 50 videos, go through the most famous ones, the one with the highest views, start recreating those, taking the titles, reusing those titles, the thumbnails, try reusing them as well, those topics, keep reusing them. You are making a series on your channel now. Put part 1, 2, 3. And trust me, YouTube is going to re-recommend those and push those out even more. So instead of you guys recreating content that's on other channels, because that's what you should be doing in the beginning, now you can kind of recreate your own stuff. And you don't really gotta look at other channels as much, maybe for some inspiration, or you can continue doing that if you guys feel comfortable. This is the part where YouTube should be more of like a daily thing for you. You're checking your analytics every single day. You're making sure your audience retention is really good, like I said, at least above 30%, and your channel should be coming alive at this point. Now, 50 to 100 videos, or honestly, and beyond, everything should be completely figured out. Your channel should be making around 2 to 3K per month. I have channels myself that I've started with only 70 videos on them, and they were the ones making me around $2,000 to $3,000 a month. And I was uploading, I think, 3-4 times a month, but the videos were just super well made and super entertaining because I'm just so good at commentating, let's be honest. And I think I was getting around 5 to 10K views per video. Some videos were honestly even getting up to 100K views. The reason was they were the hour-long ones I keep talking about. I'm gonna keep pushing that idea because that is the fastest way to get monetized, guys. And guys, at this part, you can start freestyling content. Now, what do I mean by freestyling? You could pretty much put out any video and it'll start getting views just because you are the creator behind it. You are starting to grow a name for yourselves. When you get to this part of YouTube, you start realizing that people really like you for you. Not just the content you're going over, but the fact that you can post absolutely anything. It doesn't have to be these viral videos that you're creating from other channels. It could be your own type of title, your own thumbnail, something you've came up with on your own because you thought a clip was super funny. You didn't see anybody reviewing it. You're like, I'm gonna make a video out of that. And you start getting really good at this where you don't even need to check out other channels anymore to create content. You're just doing it with yourselves off the clips that you're reviewing, making things on your own, and you start developing a sense of confidence with YouTube. This part should take you around 3 to 5 months. Like I said, you should be uploading daily, so it should be maybe sooner, but maybe some of you guys are uploading 5 times a week, 3 times a week. You could still see success like that, but once you see momentum starting to pick up, you don't want to lose it and start taking gaps within your channel, start going on vacation, really lock in for a bit and try not missing as many days. YouTube will notice it, trust me, the algorithm definitely notices it. This is the part where I would say you guys kind of graduated from all of this. And possibly you can start thinking of creating a second channel once you really start hitting the high 2 to 3K, maybe 5K a month. After each channel reaches 5K a month, I give you guys the green light. Hey, recreate a second channel, possibly quit your job, and now you're making around 2 videos a day and you're probably making around 10K a month once you start getting good at it. I know this seems really far-fetched right now because for those who just recently joined, but I really remember this process because I started 4 channels. My first channel took the longest, my second channel I think took 4 months, my third channel took 3 to 4 months, and now my 4th channel, the one you guys are watching me daily, I mean, I started 2 weeks ago and I'm almost at 1,000 subs. And the only thing I did on this channel was the things I told you guys about already. These titles, I'm sorry to say, aren't titles I made up on my own. These are titles that were already famous on YouTube from these other famous gurus, and I just stole them. And guess what, guys? It worked. Of course, I made my videos longer. I think it was more entertaining. Clearly, YouTube is rewarding me by that. I will be freestyling videos on this channel until I reach over 50 to 100 videos. And you guys will definitely notice that if you guys are subscribed to this channel. Listen, if I was able to do it 4 times over and I did it again within 2 weeks, you guys are easily able to do this within 3 to 5 months. Just stay focused, stay motivated, and it is 100% possible, like I keep saying. Alright, so in this part, guys, I feel like I didn't give enough of an example in the care and outcome video for how your video should end up. So in this part, I'm going to be showing you guys 2 videos I have made across my channels, one from 4 years ago and one recently, so you guys can pay attention to the commentary, the editing style, how I was a bit more goofy 4 years ago, but I'm more serious now due to the niche changing. And this is something you guys will slowly realize, that you shouldn't be having the exact same commentary style for each niche. It should be completely different. For example, if you're in Try Not to Laugh, be more goofy, but if you're in woke people, relationships, whatever it may be more serious. It really just comes down to you understanding your audience. So in those 2 videos, I do hope I shed some light on the kind of styles you guys can have. Now, I will definitely be diving more deep into this topic in the commentary course because it does go a lot more deeper than just that. But I do hope by those 2 videos, it does shed some light on things you guys can take out of, replicate, pay attention to the editing style, because those were 2 videos that did very well on my channel. And even though some editing may be a bit different, overall, it's the exact same thing. And out of respect for those channels, guys, I did clip out the part where I said my name in the intro. So if you see a random gap there, that's exactly why. But overall, the entire video is the exact same. Crazy moments where royal guards actually broke character.
Can we do it on the cheaper? Okay.
Now, like in all my videos, guys, I'm going to save the best clip for last. And in the last clip, we actually have a Karen trying to mess with the royal guard. So please make sure to stay tuned to the end to find that last clip. But in this first clip, we have a girl trying to do a TikTok dance next to the royal guard. Now, if you guys don't know, royal guards get a lot of pictures taken with them and a lot of people bothering them just because there's a lot of tourists in the area. So for someone to do a TikTok dance right in front of him and so close, he kind of got mad and started stomping his foot, which I don't blame him for. In this next clip, we actually get to see a bunch of tourists surrounding the area, and this is where they start changing shifts for royal guards because clearly someone can't stay there for the next 5 hours standing straight. So they do have a lot of shift changes every now and again to just switch between royal guards, and there was a lot of tourists in the area. And one of the royal guards said, "Hey, make way, because these guys are trains and they do not care who's in their way. If there is somebody in their way, they have to march straight, and it doesn't matter who they are or how old they are."
Quick march! My way! Quick march!
Now this next one is one of my favorite clips, reason being, this guy was such a chill royal guard. Like, I've never seen a royal guard this chill before. Apparently there was these two girls, they were just recording him, and I guess he thought they were cute because he started to laugh and giggle when they were making jokes with him. And for the first time ever, they said, "Can we give you a kiss?" And he nodded his head yes. Like, I've never seen a royal guard do this. I thought they were supposed to be super professional, but I guess everybody's human, and who wouldn't want a kiss from two girls?
I'm here with my new friend. We've been hanging out all day. We're talking about potentially going to get some drinks later. We've had a busy day, and we've hung out with the Queen. So I'm trying to remember. We've done so much today that I can't even remember everything we've done. Oh my God, you must hate Americans.
Todd, you gotta speak up, Bria.
I hate Americans for you. I'm really sorry. This has to be really entertaining for him. I hope.
Hopefully.
Yes! Oh my God, I can't believe you did it. You're awesome. I love you. Did you get that on film? Yes.
Oh my God, we got a royal guard to break cake.
You want to wait? Can we kiss you on the cheek real quick?
Okay. I can't believe he's real. Cheers.
Now this next clip is just like the other ones where the royal guards try to make way because there's a bunch of tourists once again in their area. Now these people, like they didn't care. The tourists really didn't care. They're actually making fun of them that they were screaming. I don't know why royal guards have to scream so loud, but the way they're trained is super funny, and I do respect the way they are. I can't lie.
Fight wide!
Come on, tourist. Now this next one has to do with the Karen I was talking about. So in this clip, apparently there was this Karen who tried to mess with the royal guard by dropping her glove, and she thought he was gonna pick it up for her. Like, there was a big barrier, and she's like, "Hey, you know what, maybe I have this bright idea, throw my glove, and maybe he would actually get out of character and pick up the glove for me." And she was making fun of him. She's like, "Why can't you just pick it up? Just pick up my glove. It's not that big of a deal. Just pick it up." And then luckily a guy came, or I guess a random guy who lives in the area, is like, "Yo, these people are trying to serve their country and serve their queen. Like, why are you trying to make them break out of character? They already have a hard job enough with enough tourists. You really don't need to make their jobs any harder by dropping a glove and allowing him to pick it up." At the end, the royal guard did stomp his foot, basically showing respect to the guy who was defending him.
Why would you do that? The army's here to protect the crown jewels. They're not here for the public to make fun of. Right? He's a soldier and he serves his country with a little bit of respect. Throwing your gloves at him isn't going to work, is it really?
And now in this clip, guys, apparently there was another shift change, and it was finally time for these guys to switch, except I guess they lose their footing sometimes, and this royal guard actually fell when he tried shift changing. Like I said, these guys are still human, they are not robots, so they are still able to fail at some points. This was pretty funny, and the guy did laugh a bit. I do feel bad because there are a bunch of tourists watching, and I guess this doesn't happen very often, does it?
Oh, there.
And now with this final clip, I wanted to put this last bit in just to really show you guys how many tourists bother these guys. There was this royal guard just standing alone, and I guess he was such in a popular area where everybody was literally filming him like he was some prized possession, like in the museum. But apparently this guy got a bit too close and started touching his sword, and the royal guard immediately started shaking his head. He's like, "Don't touch the sword." Just imagine like what kind of thought process it must have been. Like, why would you even want to touch his sword? These guys are there to defend the country, and I'm pretty sure they're trained not to let tourists touch their stuff for sure. But yeah, that does do it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want more clips like these, please let me know. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. What's going on, guys? Share you some crazy clips of moments when woke people get owned. Now, like always, guys, my favorite clip will be at the end, but in this first one, it is pretty insane. I guess this is how this woman decides to protest.
I don't have any words prepared today. I just want you to feel our pain. I don't know if you can at this point based off your policy choices.
Oh, brother!
But I have to pretend you have some form of empathy left. So I am going to spend the next minute screaming.
I beg your pardon?
Because that is what is going on in here. That is what the trans genocide in this country, in this city, has brought me to.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Fat bitches need to shut up, bro.
Now, I'm all for protesting and I guess sharing your voices. However, when you can't come up with your own thoughts and arguments in order to defend yourself, and you have to resort to just randomly screaming, then you have officially lost me and you look crazy. Imagine every single time I tried defending my point of view, instead of defending myself with actual arguments, I just scream like an absolute lunatic. You can't accomplish anything like this.
I'll tell you what this world needs right now. It needs all the old school grandpas to come back to life, make you go pick a switch off a tree, bring it back to them so they could tear your ass up with it. And then we wouldn't have to deal with bullshit like this. And just like that, we wouldn't have to deal with any more liberals. We wouldn't have to fight, argue, cancel people. We just need an old man with principles, morals, and a stick.
Once again, very similar to the last clip, this girl just has to resort to screaming, arguing, cursing in order to just prove her point of view. If you can't logically debate anyone about your topic, I'm sorry, you officially lost. No one's gonna think you're in the right if you sound like this.
Kind of ironic that a white man is wearing a woman for Trump and a feminist for Trump when I consider myself a feminist. And
did you just assume my gender? You said white man.
Okay, I see your point there.
How do you know I'm not a woman?
I see your point. I see your point. You need
to check your white privilege, your white female privilege, I think.
You think?
A little bit.
Sometimes the only debating tactic you need in order to defend yourself against these people is just using the same arguments they use against you. It will literally backfire against them and they have no idea.
I feel like I'm losing my mind.
I am too, guys. I'm Primetime 99. I just want to say you guys are a poor representation of the youth of our nation. Let's go! Let's go, baby! I'm so nervous! Let's go crazy! I'm having big booty Latina. Why is there any big booty Latinas that go to school here? You seriously insane? Look, this is the future. If this is our future, we are a fudge. Look at this! I mean, you guys are the ones that are scared of free speech. You have no reason not to like me. You should have been aborted. I should have been aborted. Oh, I should have been aborted. I should have been aborted. This is so much fun. Imagine your dick. I think you're a really nice woman. Hey, let me out of that fetish. That turns me on. Now you turn me on.
So basically, aren't you guys seeing a trend? A bunch of people just coming together, screaming, shouting, and sounding like absolute idiots overall. This guy definitely handled himself really well. He had every single right to spit at her back and I guess defending himself, but rather he stayed calm and decided to expose her all over social media. And the fact this is coming from Penn State, a really good college, is starting to really worry me about what the future holds for everyone.
First day, I had 25 students. By day 2, I had 19. Because 6 parents switched out of the class because they saw me.
4 days until Pride Month and our amazing Pride event with the Mill Valley District.
And they were like, there's no freaking way. Before I even got a word in.
I myself, as a non-binary individual, do not identify as transgender.
Do I think that it is okay for a parent to see me and go, not around my kid? No, I don't think that's okay.
Not only am I wearing makeup, but I got a t-shirt from downstairs. It's a crop top. You can't dress code me because I'm the teacher.
I feel like that's really crossing the line because you are, for lack of better words, discriminating against me openly. That's like seeing a black teacher and being like, there's no way. It is the same. It is the same.
You're perfect, honey. Hope this helps.
It's still the right of the parent to make that decision as to whether or not they want their child to learn from you.
Okay.
Like, it's still that parent's right. Like, you can disagree with their motivations, their motives, their ideas,
Would you say
but
that
it's still their child.
Sorry, but just like you're allowed to have your own belief system and think you're in the right and have your own values that nobody is going to judge you by, you should also be respecting the kids' parents' values and the teachings and morals they live by. You have no idea why they pulled them out of the class, and there's a bunch of reasons why parents don't want their kids around you. You're most likely going to indoctrinate them and brainwash them into thinking your way of life is correct, and the parents have every single right into not allowing their kids to go through that.
Would you date a transgender person? First we're gonna ask Georgetown, and then we're gonna ask the Hood.
Yes.
And have you ever done it?
No. Yeah, I'm already in a relationship.
Is it a transgender relationship?
No, it's not. I don't see why not. I don't think it's like that big of a deal.
Would you personally date a transgender person?
No, I wouldn't.
No.
Would you date a transgender?
No, I'm a transgender, not like men.
A man that's dressed as a woman would make me appear to be a lesbian in public, but I'm heterosexual.
I mean, I'm straight, bro. Like, I like females,
right.
Real females. You feel what I'm saying?
So if you're dating a transgender person and you're straight at the time, does that mean you're straight after you date them?
Yes. Yeah. I think you're still straight.
Why do you think some people are hesitant to date a transgender?
They're transphobic and homophobic.
What? Is it also fat phobic if I don't want to date a fat person? Are people just not allowed to have preferences anymore? What happens if one of my preferences is actually having kids in the future with someone I love? Does that also fall under transphobic? At the end of the day, biology is biology, and I can't have kids with a person like that. Do you expect me just to look over that so I don't seem transphobic? If the entire world had this idea, kids wouldn't be born.
Damn, I'm a smooth.
Both genders? Both? Like 1 and 2? Both? There's 2 genders?
Got him. Once again, like I said, if you just use their own logic against them, it'll fail horribly. They even get confused clearly by this because it's just so new and obscure.
How many genders are there?
2. It's a spectrum, so like a lot.
Can you name me a few?
You can be man, female, you could be, there's so many. A demigirl.
What the fuck is that?
This is a stupid question. How many are there? I don't want to participate anymore.
I don't think there's really an answer to that, given that gender is kind of a social construct, so it's different for every person and also in different cultures.
As many as you want to believe.
There are many. There's a lot, so.
Name me a few.
There is male, female, genderqueer, non-binary.
I don't know, there's a lot. I know there's like...
Name me them.
I know there's cis, obviously female, male, trans.
What's up? There's 2 genders, man.
The sad reality of this is these people are actually in college and are supposed to be leading the next generation. It's so sad how they're allowed to say there's multiple genders, but the moment I come and say, hey, there's only 2, I could get canceled and even lose my job.
Great question. This person is asking if there is any time in which intentional weight loss is not fat phobic.
I'm going to say 99.9% of the times, if you are intentionally losing weight, it is fat phobic. I'm saying when you are intentionally exercising to lose weight, altering your diet to lose weight, doing any activity intentionally to lose weight is fat phobic.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Because you are intentionally attempting to make your body smaller to fit into what narrative? The narrative that smaller is healthier, even though we've already discussed why that's not true. And I say that because as a personal trainer with a fat body, I know that movements impact people differently based on their body size, type, shape, mobility, a million things.
Get some help.
So I'm gonna completely ignore the part where she said she's actually a personal trainer, because she's easily one of the worst personal trainers ever if this is actually her mindset. There is an incredible amount of evidence that prove that being fat is seriously unhealthy. There is a bunch of diseases correlated with it, and this woman would rather pull up online coming up with excuses for herself rather than lose the weight.
If you think vegans take themselves a little too seriously, meet this woman who claimed she had managed to turn her dog into a vegetarian. She confidently claimed it would go for the bowl full of vegetables instead of the meat one. And that's when the show host decided to put it to the test.
Got two bowls here, right? One is full of vegetables and one is full of meat. Let her go.
Oh, she's obviously gonna go, obviously. Oh, you little...
Yes.
I didn't swear.
Now this is obviously pure garbage, and she's torturing this dog. In my opinion, she needs to have this dog completely taken away from her and put into other custody. There are some animals that simply can't live off vegetables their entire lives. It's just nature, and that's how nature works. Once again, you can have your own opinion about things, but once you start forcing it down other people's throats and even your own dog, that's where the issue really lies. But that's it, you guys, so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, if you guys want more content like this, please click the videos you guys see at the top of the screen. It does help my channel a lot, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace.